Aries, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to the 17th. So welcome, Aries. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope everything is going good for you. So you know how we roll here. We are going to talk about the collective energy and the astrology first, and then we're going to hit the tarot. Okay, so August 11th. Mercury finally goes direct. That's right. So now it's moving forward in Leo. That means communications, all those mix-ups are now moving forward. So communications will flow a lot better than they have. Still, keep up on your stuff. Now, we're going to be going through 2 moon phases this week. We'll already be coming into a moon phase at the beginning of the week, and on Sunday we're moving into a waning gibbous. So this is about reflection, letting go, and releasing. This is when we do that releasing at the full moon. And you might have been doing some releasing on that full moon in Aquarius in your 11th house, which has to do with hopes, dreams, and wishes. Maybe you're releasing fears or something like that. Also, it's friend groups, that kind of thing. Maybe meeting some friends or letting some go. See what I'm saying here? And then on the 16th, we have a last quarter. And this is a big cosmic shift. This is definitely letting go, negativity, old habits, all of that, and preparing. Preparing for what? The new moon. Preparing for what? The new moon. So that's basically all we have going on this week, which is fine. Let's have Mercury go direct, Things get done. Okay, so this is when the energy starts to ramp up. Remember, we still have the sun in Leo. We're going to have that for a few more days after this week. And then it moves in, I think it's the August 22nd, moves into Virgo. So use this energy, this fire energy, okay? So let's switch over to the tarot table with this fucking chair squeaking. Hi, let's get your... Let's get your angel numbers for the week. All right, Aries, thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And let's do the vibe. Let's get the vibe. And we're starting with your angel numbers. And it is 747 with reassurance. So, this message for you this week is trust your intuition and make practical decisions that align with your higher purpose. Your guardian angels are acknowledging your efforts. Very good. Very good. You're being reassured that things are working out for you. You could be seeing the number 747. Those could be your lucky numbers, So let's get a message from your guides for the week from the Archangel Michael Sword of Light Oracle. I like using this deck. I'm telling you, I got a lot of nice decks in rotation now, so I hope you like them too, all right? So let's get your message for you, Aries, and what it entails. Okay, what do we have for Aries this week? Wow, okay. I'm going to read the last sentence of this. I want you to see that. Your guardian angels are acknowledging your efforts, okay? And I want you to see this. Trust your angels. Number 36. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. Now, that's big because this is happening. This full moon happened in your 11th house last weekend, this following weekend that we just had. And it's about hopes, dreams, and wishes. Release the expectations. The message here, though, that happens twice with 2 totally different decks is that your angels and your guides are telling you, trust us. Surrender. Stop trying to control everything. And the expectations lead to future disappointments. Remember that, Aries. Okay? Great message here. Great message. Now, let's get a message from the Shadow Work Oracle. This is going to be what we really need to work on here. So we have one step, and that's trusting your intuition and the plan. And the other step is letting go of expectations. Let's see what shadow work we need to work on, because there's always work to do. You know, which one do I keep? The one on the bottom. Okay. Mental contest. Strength isn't from winning. Struggles define strengths. Control, power, and repressed energy of some sort. Very fire energy. I love that. But a mental contest. So strength isn't just from winning. It's the struggles that define your strengths. So release control. Engage your inner power. And let go of repressed fears. Excellent time to do that with the waning gibbous in the last quarter phase. So you're right on time, Aries. And your angels and guides are telling you to trust the process. That's a fucking fantastic message this week so far. I mean, we could stop right there. You know what I mean? That could be the whole reading. Boom. You're being reassured to trust your angels. You don't have it all figured out, Aries, and that's okay. That's okay. But you will. Trust me, you will. Okay, let's get the vibe. Let's get to it. Absolutely. Wow. Okay, what else do we have here? What else? Wow. Okay, wow. Yeah, this is good energy, Aries. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Very good energy here. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. I'm going to put that card right there. Lately, the readings have changed a little bit, I've noticed. And that's okay. Because everything works out. Look at that. This is great energy for you guys this week. And you're like, well, how, Jeff? Well, I'm going to show you. Okay. First of all, the Knight of Wands is standing alone up here. And that's taking your power back. That is definitely taking your power back. That is feeling good, looking good, being passionate. That's that Aries fire that you possess. It's time to get that back, Aries. Who put out your spark? Was it a person or was it you? Something to contemplate about. So the Hangman, the Hangman says you're stuck. We're stuck in that energy. So just be aware of that, okay? We need a new perspective. The Seven of Wands is saying protect your energy from other people. This is a big deal here. This is a big deal. We need to protect our energy. The King of Swords and the King of Pentacles are here together by saying we look at things maturely, in a very mature fashion. This is seeing the long game, playing 5D chess, and knowing that this isn't it. It's just the beginning. And now we're going to talk about the beginnings here with the Ace of Pentacles. You could be looking for a new job, maybe looking for a new home, and the universe is here. Trust your intuition. Stop putting expectations into the future and just know that you deserve a beautiful future with the Ten of Cups and the Chariot, swift success. And the Ten of Cups is the best card you can get in the deck. So your angels and guides are reassuring you this week. Get your passion ignited. You see how all these fit together perfectly? Change your perspective. Okay? Open up to divine guidance. Allow the universe to do its job. Give you what you desire. What do you desire? Your hopes, dreams, and wishes, that full moon energy. You put it out into the universe. I hope you did. You still can. You still can. It's never too late. You know? We don't need a moon phase to do it. We can do it anytime we want, but working with the moon phases helps a hell of a lot, okay? Now, all these cards are face down except for this one, and in my line of tarot, that says that this is focusing on this card first, which is choose wisely with the Seven of Cups. Yeah, hopes, dreams, and wishes. What are you going for? Are we going to stay stuck in a perspective, or are we going to move forward? Yeah, passion ignited with the Ace of Wands now. So again, getting your passion ignited, reigniting it. and not focusing on obstacles and challenges. Remember, there's going to be challenges. And I want you to look at this as you are looking over this chasm, okay? You have angels, guides, and spirits surrounding and protecting you. You see that? Clear as day. You're being guided and protected. Choose wisely. I love this reading for you this week. I really do. It's very clear. Let go. Trust. See, the kings trust. The kings trust what they built here. They know that what they built is solid and grounded and founded in stability, okay? But when we try to control things, it doesn't work that way, okay? Now we're talking about love here, relationships and love and all of that. And all these cards are face down except for this one, the Ten of Swords. It's time to put an end to negative self-talk about relationships. Maybe beating yourself up just too much. Taking too many arrows for everybody. You see that? Taking too many arrows mentally. Wow, I love this, the way this has turned out. So let's see what these cards have to say. Wow. Okay, King of Swords is out again. So you've got something to say. And now with Mercury direct now this week, you can use this energy. Speak your truth. That's enough. I choose this. You know, it's you making a stand. The kings are out to say, yes, it's time. Okay? The Hermit, use your inner wisdom. Trust your intuition. Make practical decisions that align with your higher purpose. And look at that. The Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Offers coming in. So for you single Aries, yes. Offers of love. Open up to it. Maybe your perspective in relationships is stuck here, which it very well could be by the placement of these cards. You know, so just be aware of that. Okay. Let's get some messages of love. So offers coming in. Don't fret. Jobs, offers, more money. Absolutely, guys. This is incredible. Now, let's look at this. Mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. Okay? So, you've learned that you create your reality in friendships, relationships of all kinds. But it's how you look at yourself and how you feel about the world out there around you that really puts this forward. And I think for a lot of you, you're realizing that your negative thoughts are not helping out here. So that will help you. Now, we go to stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. You are capable of deserving that and manifesting that above all, okay? Now, abundance. I was talking about that earlier. You've done the work and abundance flows to you now. So again, offers coming in for you. That's huge, okay? Now, let's get, what's the vibe? What's the vibe for Aries? The vibe is very good. The vibe is really getting that fire back, you know, while you're in Leo season. Okay. This could be a problem for some of you. Envy, resentful, competitive, and discontent. Now, discontent, that is no good. Envying, being resentful of other people's progress, you know, that's another thing. I've noticed I hate that squeaking chair. I can't find the squeak, guys. I've tightened everything up. I've oiled it up. I just got to get a new chair. I have one. I just haven't been able to get to it. All right, so you know, when you're resentful of other people's relationships, Aries, this does not bode well for your energy at all. You're telling the universe that, you know, you're just a salty bitch and you're going to keep experiencing things to be salty for. So let go of that by cutting ties, giving yourself the freedom, standing up for yourself. Again, that Seven of Wands energy was protect your energy, standing up for yourself. Now Mercury is direct, so yeah, that could be a good time. And awakening to the fact that you were bound and gagged by your thoughts, you know, maybe other people's energy, and family with that Ten of Cups. That's what it's all about. So lean on your family. Blood ties and your inner circle are going to be very important for you this week. Focus on that. And if you don't have a family yet, go out and get yourself one. Now we have the luxury of having an Insta family where, your chances of meeting somebody with kids or something like that, or established family members, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I was privy to that when I met my future ex-wife. She had a 3-year-old son at the time, and I just went full bore, and I got my son. And then later on we had my daughter. So I mean, he's 34, she's 28 now. So yeah, I got that pleasure of raising my own child, having my own flesh and blood, but also being a father to somebody that didn't have one. You know what I mean? So, there's always hope that, while I didn't get to have kids, well, you might be able to meet somebody that does have kids. Some of you may experience that this week or open up to it, or maybe not, Okay. So let's get a closing message for you, Aries, and see what we have to wrap this beautiful reading up. And it's, of course, light. Light dispels darkness. Keep your inner light shining bright. Focus, please. There we go. Beautiful. Keep that inner light shining. Absolutely. So, Aries, wrapping up for this week. A lot of energy. You speaking your truth, you standing up for yourself, you opening up to the possibilities of work, job, and just feeling good. But your angels and guides are really telling you, reassuring you, listen, trust the process. Let go of your expectations. Let go of that need to control and change the way that you're looking at things. If things are not coming to you, then the way that you look at said things needs to change. That's the whole thing. But trust your intuition this week. It will serve you well. All right, Aries, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch your freaking weekend tarot reading. That's posted on Wednesdays, maybe Thursday morning, so keep a lookout for that. I'm finding out that if I post it a little later, it does a little better, okay? So you still get good advice. And if you would like a personal reading with me, go ahead and click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. Aries, have a great week. Be assured you are being guided, you are safe, you are protected, and everything works out in your favor. And I will see you on the weekend. Taurus, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. That's right. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to the 17th. So welcome, Taurus. Hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. So let's talk about what's going on this week. So first of all, we are going through 2 moon phases. Right after the full moon, we have this phase, and it's the waning gibbous. So it's a time for reflection. Still a good time for letting go and to release. This is what we do around the full moon, okay? And on August 11th, Mercury, that has been retrograde for the last 3 weeks, is finally going direct on the 11th. So good, communications open up, all right? Good energy to have, not bad at all. Now that Mercury is moving forward. Now, things start to move forward, especially in the way that we think, the way that we communicate. That's what Mercury is all about. Messages, messages, messages. Okay? Now on the 16th, we move into the last quarter phase. This is a big cosmic shift. This is also putting an emphasis on letting go of negativity and old habits and preparing for that new moon that's going to be happening. Probably right after Virgo moves into, the sun moves into Virgo. All right, so that's going to do it for the astrology. Again, we're dealing with that full moon. That happened in your 10th house. So again, you may be looking for a job, place to live, the 4th, 10th house access. This could be a time when all of a sudden the messages come through. You find something, you're able to find the job that you want, or the raise happens. The things that have been delayed finally move forward for you. Okay, so let's hit the tarot table and get down to it. First, what we're going to do is do our angel numbers. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Taurus. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's start this week's energy off with 787. With awesome authenticity. And this is be yourself. Pursue your passions and show your authentic self. Don't pay attention to what others are thinking of you. Now, that's a big thing. So be your authentic self this week. Let go of judgments of others, including yourself. Let go of all that. You see how there's a pattern of letting go here. Let go. Pursue your passions. Don't let anyone tell you different. You know what I mean? Like, they're right out of the gate. This is a huge time for you to not give two shiny shites anymore about what people think. And that's the truth. All right, let's get a message from our guides for the week. And this is from the Sword of Light Archangel Michael deck. I really love this deck. It's in, this chair is squeaking. I can't stand it, guys. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. You know what? Hold on. I normally don't do this. Not breaking the flow, but I can't stand this chair for 1 second. So I'm going to pause it and then I'm going to come right back. All right. So I got it. I got a new chair because I had it in my office and it was just, I had stuff on it and stuff like that. No squeak. So we have no squeaky chair to distract us. However, it's very low to the ground. I feel like a kid playing at his parents' stuff. I'm like, usually I'm a little bit higher. It's very weird because now I don't know. But no squeak, much better. Let's get to your message from your guides. So thank you for being patient there. It's just that I'm lower to the table. I wonder if my mic if that's going to affect my mic in it. Well, then you just adjust it, dude. That's all, Practical solutions. That's all. That's all it takes. Practical solutions. All right, Taurus, let's get your message for your guide. See, this is a work in progress, of course. So, you're growing with us too. So welcome. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Deeper insights are at hand. Oh, okay. So holding this up is this is odd. Look at how far I got to hold my hand up. I mean, I'm like holding the Olympic torch, So this is deeper insights are at hand. Your overall plan is good, but the details need work. Reflect before moving forward. Well, look at that. That's what we're doing with the number 8 is reflecting. Moon phase. We're in the right moon phase to do this. So very good. So now let's get what we need to work on as far as shadow work. I love this deck. I love this deck. And I love that it points out things that we need to work on. Okay. Yeah, the unknown. I like that. Uncertainty is the only certainty there is. Abso-fucking-lutely. Surrender, curiosity, and faith. So what this card is telling you, Taurus, is you're uncertain. Fine. It's okay. That's one thing you can be certain about is uncertainty. You know what I mean? So with that, surrender to your process. I don't know where this is going, but I know it's the best for me. That's the point. Is just surrender to this process right now and reflect. Maybe that's what needs to be done with the plan that Archangel Michael said, deeper insights are at hand. Reflect before moving forward. Maybe it's uncertainty that's stopping you from doing whatever it is that you're focusing on this week, so just be aware of that. Now, let's get the vibe for you, Taurus. I really don't like the brown chair. I mean, God, I'm so fucking picky. But it's not squeaking. It's just that I'm very low Very low to the table. It's just odd. It'll get some getting used to. You know, I was kind of like overseeing everything, and now it's just like, and I kept trying to make it go higher. I'm like, I know I can go higher, right? I mean, do I have to get a booster seat? Jesus. All right. Let's get the vibe for you, Taurus. I'll adjust. Maybe that's what we're learning together, is that we're learning to adjust, to make things a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more authentic. We get rid of the squeaky chair. Because you know damn well, if you were listening to that week after week of my chair going, you'd fucking stop watching. I guarantee it. All right, what do we got? Okay. 7 of Swords, deceptive thoughts. Something that happened around the full moon, too, that's showing up. So whatever happened this last weekend. The universe, big things are happening here. When you trust the universe with the star, tell the universe exactly what you want, communicate to it. And the magician is realizing that you create your reality. So where are we putting our focus on? If we're putting our focus on deceptive thoughts, well, then we've got issues. We're not creating with the flow of the universe. You see what I'm saying? So be aware of that. Page of Cups, there's an opportunity that comes out of all this, especially when it comes to love. And 6 of Wands, victory. That's all you really need to do this week is focus on success, Taurus, okay? Those arms are not in a V for victimhood, I'll tell you that right now. And look at in the middle of the reading, it's the magician. You know, you're putting the energy and effort into creating the reality that you want, because that is the only way you get what you want. You create it, or you keep it from you. Whichever comes first. Your thoughts and emotions propel that energy. Which way is it going to go? You know? All right, let's get some oracles. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, let's... Whoa! Wow, those cards flew all the way across the room. Can I get those? Yep, I'm going to have to go grab those. Okay, hold on a second. I got to grab those cards. All right. So... the vibe I get... Ooh, uh-oh. The vibe I get from what just happened here is that, you know, the cards went flying. Sure, it's an inconvenience. One of my light stands almost tipped over as I was adjusting things. And instead of flipping out with calm and patience, things pay off. Now, all these cards were face down, even when they flew across the room, except for this one. Positive movement forward. Again, that's all we should be focusing on. Pay attention to the 8s. We got another 8 out here. Okay, 8 is abundance. We get one more and I'm putting it on the board. Okay. Yeah, we got the 7 of Swords again. Deception and envy. So there could be some of that going around and going around. Yeah, because it is contagious. It really is. Sacrifice, the hangman. You need to get rid of this energy, this deception or whatever this is. You need to let it go. And like my throat is acting up right now, which it never does. And that tells me that you may have something to say. You may have to speak something. You may have to speak your truth, okay? Be patient with your process this week. You know, that energy shifting, it's prompting us to let things go. Financial and material changes. So just be careful with that. Make good decisions with your money. Maybe that's what you're worried about with the unknown. It comes down to a money situation. Well, we don't need to worry about money, or else we find more things to worry about in our reality. You have to remember that. And foundations and achievements. This is the 4 of Wands. This is good energy. So positive movement forward. foundations and achievements, harmony, that is the Four of Wands energy. And the Six of Wands, this is good. So maybe, hopefully this week, Taurus, is that you let go of this deception, or you call somebody out on their deceiving you. Okay, that's what it is. Boom. For some of you, that's exactly what that is. Okay? Okay. Let's look at love. Man, it's so weird to be sitting lower to this table. I don't know if this is doable. I'm gonna record all the earth signs like this, because of course you're the first one I do for the earth sign family. And if it doesn't feel right by Capricorn, but I can't use that other chair. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm having this existential crisis over a freaking chair. Pay attention to what the dramatics that's going on with me behind the reading. There's a message that has to be implied here. I almost feel like I'm reflecting your energy, because this shit usually doesn't bother me, but I'm obsessing on it. So I know this because I even feel better just saying it. I feel like I'm channeling some of your Taurus's energy like this. Dude, relax. It's a fucking chair. You know, I think maybe that's the message for you this week, Taurus, is it's just a fucking chair, man. You know what I mean? Like, relax. Like, I'm freaking out because it's brown and, you know, you can see that I have to sit up. I mean, it's just a chair, dude. Take a message for what's going on here. The dramatic display, is it necessary? You know, I'm like calling myself out in your reading because you need to hear that too. Bizarre. I've never had that happen before. So that's a first with us, Taurus. So, all right. Now, look at this, the Tower and Judgment. Yeah. So past experiences, past judgments have left you flat with other people and relationships. Okay. So the opportunity is here. You're just not paying attention to it. You're too busy stuck on that energy. It's time to release that. You know, the reflection is, you know what? Fuck. I have been dwelling in the past. Some stuff still triggers me, and I think it's stopping me from forward movement. And that's great, because we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups, which is nurture your security. I am safe. I am secure. Say those words a lot this week. I am safe. I am secure. Four of Wands also shows that security, you know. But Queen of Pentacles is all about nurturing that safe space in you, okay? And your home. King of Cups is keeping your storm calm. Again, the emotions. Just because your chair isn't up to your standard yet, not ever, but yet, because I can still adjust it and do what I got to do, and then it can move on. You see what I'm saying? But in relationships, you need to be able to express your emotions. You almost need to be intuitively linked to this person, okay? So let's get messages of love and see where we're at with that. See, this is like a nice office chair, like a leather office chair. And if it would raise up the way I wanted to, oh my God, it'd be perfect. See, here I am obsessing about the chair again. You see, that's your energy. Wow. That's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pay attention to these messages. Acceptance. Everything happens for a reason, Taurus. This is something that we need to be aware of. Let go of your judgments. Like, oh my God. You see what I'm saying? It's leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering. Safe is the word. Moving, because now Mercury is going direct. So yes, now it's time to make the move. You could be physically making a move here, okay? And new love. A new love or recommitment to love is developing. And we've talked about this with your relationships with other people and how, see, like I lean back and it's like, all right, so at least it's not squeaking, right? Okay. But a new love or recommitment to love is happening here. Nurture that part of yourself that feels unsafe about that or triggered because of past traumas with relationships. It's not always going to be that way. All right. So let's get what's the vibe and see what they add to this. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, not all those, but those two. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Well, we're going to talk about this first. Isolation. Rejected, left alone, self-inflicted. Okay, well, that's that victim mentality we were talking about. You know, are you feeling rejected? Are you feeling left out? Again, don't pay attention to those negative thoughts. Self-inflicted, yep, you probably have done this to yourself. I'm more concerned about why is isolation, the picture for isolation is a teddy bear with a shower curtain behind it. Is that what it is, a shower curtain? I mean, with lights on it. What's going on in this picture? And why is that isolation? The teddy bear is sad because it's been left alone. But you could be isolating. What you need to focus on is a glow up. You got new opportunities, a new career, and successful business. This is what I'm talking about. Because this full moon happened in your 10th house. So for a lot of you Tauruses, I got a feeling like work, all of that is going to start coming. Maybe this new relationship or new love is getting back into your career of choice, getting back into a line of work that you feel is your calling, that kind of thing, okay? So let's get a closing message for you and see what we have for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Yes, absolutely. And let's get the vibe. That card flipped over. Thank you. And it is, wow, communication. Remember, I coughed earlier. You didn't hear me do it again. Effective communication is the bridge to understanding connection. So don't isolate yourself. That doesn't give you any carte blanche at all for your relationships and to just, well, if they want me, they'll seek me out. Sure, you don't chase, you attract, absolutely. But isolating yourself is self-inflicted, and then you get pissed because no one's around. You see what I'm saying? That could be a problem for you this week. The only thing I see is you being your authentic self and you reflecting on what you need to work on and let go of this stuff here. Judgment from other people, past experiences that have just messed with you. Enough of that. All right, Taurus? So that's what I got for you this week. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. Communicate, especially with your relationships. Say what you mean. And then work it out after. You know what I mean? You've got to say something here. Or maybe you just need to say, you know what, I love you. Maybe you got to say that in the mirror. You've got some work to do, Taurus, but you got this. But as far as career-wise, very good this week. Okay. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you would like a personal reading with me, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Don't forget to watch The Freakin' Weekend. That's posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. So Taurus, be your authentic self. Let your freak flag fly high this week. And get over your shit. You are safe. You are protected. You are loved. All right, Taurus, I love you all. I will see you this weekend. Gemini, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to the 17th. So welcome, Gemini. Hope you had a great weekend. It's summertime, aren't you? I hope you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it and you're just miserable, something's wrong, guys. So you got to fix that. Find time to be joyful at this time of year. It's also a great time to reflect, and you can kind of see it. Even though summer is in full bloom, you can almost feel hints of fall, that time to go within, to harvest. So what you need to do is bloom so you can pick that fruit in the fall, you harvest. So let's talk about the astrology. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm an astrologer and tarot reader. I'm giving you the vibe for the week. And I started off with the cosmic weather with astrology. I've been doing this since my early 20s. It's how I roll. So let's talk about, we do moon phases here, and we're learning them. And this moon phase that we're already in starting this week is waning gibbous. And this is a time for reflection, letting go, and releasing. This is what we do after the full moon. You don't do it on the full moon. You got time to do it. So just remember that. I'm going to place that on the tarot table. And on August 11th, we have Mercury going direct in Leo. So communications start to come in. Things don't get jarbled up as much as with a Mercury retrograde. I heard lots of people saying car issues. A lot of people have car issues this retrograde. Maybe it's the heat. Maybe it's just that time, But Mercury retrograde is kind of like the gremlin, Don't feed it after midnight. Definitely. And then we move in on the 16th to the last quarter phase. So we're in 2 phases of the moons right now, of the moon. Last quarter is letting go of negativity and old habits and preparing for the next moon phase, which is going to be the new moon when the sun moves into Virgo soon, at the middle of the month. We'll get to that. But yeah, so that's it. Mercury's going direct. Yay. Okay. So still release. You have time to do it for this full moon. This full moon happened in your 9th house of old beliefs. Letting go of the fact that you've learned it all. I have to remember to not swivel in this chair because I switched out my chair from my office. And it doesn't squeak. However, it's lower to the ground. So that's why you're seeing this here, because usually I'm up above things. So I'm like a little kid at table level and I have to like raise my arm. This is how far I have to raise my arm to let you see a card. It's an experiment in progress. So what was I talking about? Oh, your tarot reading. Yeah, so enjoy the summer, okay? Oh, yeah, swiveling in the chair. I got to stop rocking doing that. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm having a conversation. All right, guys, let's switch over to the tarot table. Is that all we have to talk about? I think so. All right, cool. Let's hit it. Let's get your angel numbers. Gemini, thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe. Yeah, I feel like a little kid at the picnic table. I'm really close to the table because I was really high. I was really high. I'm always really high. But no, I'm just kidding. All right. Security was 646. All right. Focus. Work hard and stay disciplined to unlock a happy, wealthy, and successful life, Gemini. Your guardian angels are here to help you. All right. So you've got the security to move forward, to stay disciplined, to put in the work. Seven of Pentacles energy right there. Putting in the work. All right. Let's get a message from your guides for the week with the Sword of Light Oracle, Archangel Michael edition, and see what they got to say. Right out of the gate, we have security to move towards a happy and wealthy and successful life, but we have to stay disciplined, and work hard. Absolutely, that gives you security. And I'm pretty sure that's the full moon, not the sun. Beautiful imagery, All right, message from your guides. What is it for Gemini for this week? What do they need to know? What's the guidance? What's the wisdom for Gemini? There it is, the one that flipped. Okay. Yes, you are correct with number 38. You've listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. Keep moving forward. Good. That's really good. Let's read up on that. Yeah, it's really weird to be low at this table. I'll get used to it. Your inner guidance has led you in the right direction. Either you have made the right choice or you know in your heart what the choice should be. Honor and respect that inner guidance by acting on it. If you haven't already, right now. Others around you might have different opinions from yours or be trying to change your mind. They may have the best of intentions or feel that they are protecting you, but they're incorrect. Thank them with love, but continue to follow the path you're on. Archangel Michael is here to encourage you to trust yourself and your own knowing. That is huge for this week. Call upon Archangel Michael when your courage fails you, and he will strengthen your resolve and bolster your faith that you are divinely guided. Damn. Great reading so far. I've been noticing that for this week's readings, like just the angel numbers and this just makes it, you know? Oh, before we get to the vibe of everything, I almost forgot, Gemini. We're going to get some shadow work. That's what made me think of it, because the shadow work is the one that kind of sets it off. And there it is. And your shadow work is shadow dance. Shadow dancing. When you move shadows, you discover your rhythm. This is all about fluidity, movement, and being open. I'm doing the shadow dance. You can dance if you want to. You can leave it all behind. But if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. Okay. So that's basically like keeping open, movement, keep moving, keep going, work hard, and stay disciplined. You see? Focus. Focus. Yeah. Guardian angels and Archangel Michael are here to help. So do the dance. Now let's get the vibe. Okay? What a weekend I've had. I'm recording this on Sunday afternoon. I'm a little late, but I had a great summer cookout to go to yesterday, and I just had like the best time. You know, me and my friend Stevie busted out our guitars and we were playing and singing and drinking and eating. You know, we had great food. It was a great time. Excellent. Surrounded by sunflowers. Like, sunflowers are my theme because they're everywhere. I got them planted in my yard now. I mean, I am just, and with the person's place that we were at just had sunflowers everywhere. It was beautiful. Great weekend. Very blessed. That's what I'm saying, folks. Enjoy your summer. And if you're not, go enjoy it. Because you're stopping you. Well, I don't have money, Jeff. You can't go outside and just enjoy the outside? It's got to cost you something? Please. All right. I'm very adamant about get outside. The sunlight does so many good things for you. All right. Let's see what we got. Yes. All right. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Beautiful energy. Okay. Four of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. The Four of Swords is saying, number one, Gemini, you probably need some rest. So it'd probably be a good week to slow down a little bit. Get some rest. You know? But what it also means is putting to rest the fear of failure. That's what's got to go. I release all fear, doubt, and worry. I replace it with love, joy, and peace. This energy looks promising for the week. This looks like you moving on with the Ten of Wands. Again, action, movement. But release your burdens. Use these waning gibbous in the last quarter to let go. Reflect on what you need to let go. Let it go. Take a chance. The Fool says, don't be foolish. Why carry all this when you can set yourself free of it, but still move forward, you say? You hear what I'm saying? You say? You don't say. Two of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles is a great outcome. This is planning. You could be traveling, planning some travel. You could also be planning a work trip, something like that. This is moving towards a stable relationship or stable job security. It's you may be changing careers. Some of you, I feel, are changing your careers. You have the security. Everything's in place here for you. and you are correct. Remember that. Great message so far, guys. I like it. It's very promising. This is good energy. This is a reset here. A payoff and a reset by taking a risk. And the risk is not doing it while you're tired. That's number one. And number two is letting go of your fear of failure. I release all fear, doubt, and worry. I replace it with love, joy, and peace. Say it with me. I release all fear, doubt, and worry. I replace it with love, joy, and peace. Hallelujah. All right. Conflict and defeat. I release that too. This is why we're experiencing that. We're focusing on it. It's time to let it go. How? We emotionally withdraw from it. Again, you may need some downtime. What happens though is I am worthy with the solar plexus. I am good enough. I shine as brightly as the sun. And Leo energy. Look at that. Strength. You have the power. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's look at love. So maybe there's some conflict in relationships that we're moving on from. That the universe is saying, listen, you're okay. You got this. You know, but your fear could be holding you back. You focusing on, a victim mentality. I say that once in a while on this section of the reading, Let's not do that because this outcome energy is way too good. So just remember that. And of course, I should have said it because there it is. I was about to say before I shuffled those cards is, look, we got 2 8s. We'll probably get another one. And I didn't say it. And well, the universe wanted me to, because I just taught my students today in my tarot class that do not second guess anything that comes through for you. And I did. I didn't say what I wanted to say. So the universe threw all the cards down except for this one, which is the 8 of Swords. So we got 888. Abundance, achievement, and staying focused. Hard work, stay disciplined, stay focused. That brings the achievement and the abundance that you want. We have to get out, especially when it comes to relationships, this mentality, this stuck mentality. This is our thoughts. It's not necessarily the situation. It's the way that we're looking at it, the way we're thinking about it. So be aware of that. 9 of Pentacles is, again, staying focused. I deserve this. Solar plexus energy all through this reading. Very Leo energy. Knight of Wands. Action taking place. A message coming in. Maybe someone's coming in to see you. Maybe you're making plans to go visit somebody if it's a long distance relationship and it's going to be successful. And you focus on success. This is about making changes here in your relationships, one way or another, and you have to do it. And how do you do it? You say, I'm good enough for it, and you take your power back. I think that's the biggest thing here, is taking your power back over the situation that kind of went a little wonky. Or it's just the way that you're really thinking about it, guys. It's that easy, okay? So let's get messages of love. Messages of love. What's for Gemini? Messages of love. Yes. Okay. All right. Wellsy. Obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. We got to change that. Healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. I think you understand what's being told here. It's safe enough to do that now. Mercury is no longer retrograde. Now it's time to put those plans into action, to actually put some things to rest and heal. Because balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship. It could be you. You know what I'm saying? It could be the other person. Trying to counteract that energy that's prevalent right now of being out of sync. And you're trying to really double down on it, which you can't do. It's just to let things go. The Power card also shows a tendency to try to control the situation, and you're really not in control of it. Control is an illusion. So just kind of go with the flow. Take a different step and approach than you used to before. That full moon is teaching you how to think differently and win. All right? Let's get what's the vibe. Let's get what's the vibe and see what else we've got for you, dear. What else? Yeah, there's one more. Well, there's two more. Look at that. Okay. Interesting. We were just talking about this. Smell the roses. Slow down. Take some you time and get out in nature. Everything that I've already said. Smells the roses because psychopath. I'm not saying you are. This is an energy that you may be dealing with. Abusive, conniving, and unpredictable. For some reason, I think that sometimes that's how you can be. Simply because that's how you control the situation and the relationship. You understand what I'm saying? Let's focus on this instead. Nurturing, mentorship, wisdom, and giving back. So, you could be also dealing with children. So children may be a part of this reading and how you're dealing with that. Maybe one of your kids is a psychopath. They're not. Glow up. New opportunities, new career, and successful business. That 10 of Pentacles says it all. I'll tell you that right now. That 10 of Pentacles, that says it all. If we're talking about this. So there's huge new opportunities, especially when it comes to career. So you're right. You made the right choice. That's a message for actually a lot of you Geminis. Okay? All right, let's get a closing message for you, Gemini. Let's see. Light. Light dispels darkness. Keep your inner light shining bright. It's important that you do that for this week. It's important that you work hard and you stay disciplined. This chair is so low, I can't stand it. But it's not squeaking, so. It's time to nurture yourself. It's time to let some things go and tackle things differently. New ideas, new fresh approaches. Mercury is no longer retrograde, so there's no breaks. Go. Do it. Do it smart, though. You know, you can't do it the way you did it before, Gemini. It's not going to work. Trust me. Okay? All right, so that is going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch the freaking weekend. That's posted. I'm swiveling. Don't forget that's posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. And if you would like a personal reading, because these are general, click the link in the description. We could do it in person, online, recorded even for you. Ask a question. My friend Kelly, who is a Gemini, actually does that once in a while. Yeah. But she needs to get face-to-face with me because I need FaceTime with you, Kelly. All right. I will see you all on the weekend. And yeah, have a great week. Thanks for watching. Later. Cancer, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to the 17th. So welcome. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you are enjoying the summer. If you're not, you're fucking up. So get it together. Let's talk about the astrology. If you're new to the channel, that's right. I do astrology and tarot, and I blend them together. We go over the astrology and give you the astro forecast for the week. So let's begin. Waning gibbous. This is a phase of reflection, letting go. This is when we release all of that from the full moon. You know, that full moon in Aquarius took place in your 8th house of healing. What do we need to heal? Okay. The 8th house has a lot, though. A lot of, it's got a lot of meaning. It's sex, death, and taxes. Sex, death, and taxes. Yeah. Weird energy. You know what I mean? With the 8th house. But what it distills down to, in my experience, is healing. And a lot of those aspects that are highlighted in the 8th house need healing. Now, on the 11th, Mercury is getting out of retrograde and moving direct. So this week it's going to start, it slows down, and then it starts to go out of retrograde. Fantastic. No more issues. Maybe. All depends on how you look at it. But communications move smoother. Things start to move forward. Okay, good. Now, on the 16th, we have the last quarter. This is a big shift. And this is about letting go of negativity and old habits because we're preparing for that next new moon phase that will be happening mid-August. And we're going into Virgo season. It'll be a Virgo new moon. All right, so that's the astrology. That's going to do it for this week. So communications, things start to move forward. Put those plans into action now so we can get ready for the fall. All right, let's get the tarot table and hit that, and let's get your angel numbers. Thank you so much for being here, Cancer. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get your angel numbers. Boom. Adaptability with 765. 765-309. I know that's not it. You are flexible and capable of facing changes. Trust in your strength to navigate any challenges that arise. So being flexible. I don't know why I'm laughing, but as soon as I said being flexible, I saw a lot of you roll your eyes because you don't like to be flexible. You want it a certain way, and that's the way you're going to get it. Well, you don't. So be flexible. This week, it's telling you bend in the wind or break. Okay? So let's get your guide message. This one's from Archangel Michael, brought to you by Archangel Michael with the Sword of Light Oracle. And let's see what they got to say. There it is. And it is, this is a blessing in disguise with number 33. Be patient and have faith that your angels have the situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. Wow. It's kind of telling you, what are you doing, Cancer? Don't get rigid and stuck. Be flexible. Okay? Trust in your strength. You got this. Now, let's get your shadow oracle. And see what shadow aspect needs to be worked on for this week. Kind of goes with the theme here, you know. So be patient and have faith. Trust in your adaptability to make the changes, you know. Look at that. Break chains. The only way to overcome blocks. Focus. Jesus. The only way to overcome blocks is to confront them. And that's usually with self-limiting beliefs. You can't make this shit up. The universe is really telling you this week, Cancer, to be flexible. And to let go of self-limiting beliefs that doesn't allow you to be flexible. I'm already digging this reading. I mean, this is great. Good for you. You know, so the things that have happened, yeah, you're probably freaking out, you know. It's all right, though. It's a blessing in disguise for some reason. Just be adaptable. Be flexible. You got to face the changes. I know you just want to stay in your hidey hole, but that doesn't... Because it's required for you to leave it. And if you leave it and you don't experience these challenges once in a while, it's going to drag you down. Wow. Oh, boy. All right. Yeah, I think that needs to go here, and these need to go there. Okay, so interesting. We have the Four of Swords at the top, which is you need some rest, or we need to put some things to rest, and maybe it's pointing to all four of these. Let's put that together. Okay. We need to let go of uncertainty. The moon is uncertainty. Full moon energy. We need to let go. We need to put to rest things that no longer serve us. Eight of Cups is walking away. We need to put to rest the fact that we are not putting in the work. We're just expecting it to come to us without being flexible or adaptable. And we need to let go of relationship expectations, or a relationship, period. Okay? Either way, it's time to let go of the uncertainty, put in the work, and move towards a more stable relationship with yourself or others. Bingo. It's time to heal that part of yourself. These two eights, and the full moon took place. The full moon took place in your 8th house of letting things go. You can't make this shit up. My nose is stuffed up. I don't know. I guess I have seasonal allergies. That's a new one. Solitude, yeah. Maybe it's time to break out of your solitude and use what you learned. Look at that. Choose wisely. Movements, choices, and decisions. Oh boy. You best be careful. Yeah, the Lover's card also is about making a decision. So there's a big thing you got to do. A big decision you got to make. All right, let's look at love. Interesting. This reading's weird. I don't want to really say weird because it's telling you got to choose to be flexible. There's nothing, no doubt about that. But I just think that you have to choose wisely. That's why it's in the middle. I mean, you got to make some better choices, I think. Okay, wow. Those all came out like that. Place boundaries. Protect your energy. 7 of Wands is somebody fucking with your vibe. Or maybe you're fucking with your vibe. Page of Swords brings in a message, especially when it comes to relationships here. You're strong enough to get through whatever you got to do, so make the decision, please. Be flexible. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady energy wins the race here. There's an opportunity with that. And what you've been waiting for, the Wheel of Fortune, it's time. Could be dealing with a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. Maybe that Aquarius full moon. Something there. Okay. Let's get messages of love. See what they add. So odd. I wouldn't say odd. I mean, for a lot of you, there's an opportunity here. You just need to choose wisely, especially when it comes to a relationship here. However, you got to be flexible. And let go of your self-limiting beliefs. That's the big thing. Okay? Yep. 8th house issues, self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. So there's a big message to choose wisely and kind of hold out. You've got work to do before you start making a decision, okay? And integrity. Does this situation align with your values and morals? Now, this is something you got to ask yourself. Is this the wise decision to make? I mean, choose wisely. Integrity, values and morals. Leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering. The Wheel of Fortune card definitely says it's time towards something you've been waiting for, but does it align for you? Or is this like the devil in disguise? You know what I mean? I don't know. There's an uncertain energy here, and I think that maybe the decision you make could affect a lot. Not a good thing to do. I don't know. Self-limiting beliefs, I think, is what you're really breaking free from. Okay? So just be aware of that. I'm telling you, a weird message. So now it's time for what's the vibe? I need that. I need that sound effect. All right, let's get the vibe for you. Cancer. Only 2? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right. Feminine energy with gentleness, nurturing, and mothering. So maybe that's all you need is some mommy love. You know what I mean? Some nurturing. Nurture yourself. This is self-care. Could be with somebody else, but you've got work to do before you're with somebody else, you know? And longing. Someone's missing you. They want to talk. And maybe a reunion with somebody. Again, choose wisely.
chance encounter, maybe, maybe going out for wining, dining, and maybe some 69ing. I don't know. God, I'm hungry. Is that Thanksgiving? Is that a turkey? Oh boy. Let's get a closing message for you. All right. Let's get it. There we go. There we go. All right. Peace. For this week, find inner peace, especially in your moments of stillness. Okay? Nurture that part of you. And determination. Face challenges with determination. You can achieve anything. So, the huge message here for this week is to be flexible, be adaptable. Don't be rigid in your thinking. Try something different. Okay? Don't wait around. Get it done. Put in the work. Choose wisely. All right? Cancer, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch The Freaking Weekend. That's posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. And if you like the general reading, let's hook up for an in-person or online reading. You want to talk about personal. If you thought the general hit, wait till you get the personal, okay? All right, Cancer, I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the weekend.
Leo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to August 17th. So welcome, Leo. Happy birthday for you August Leos. No, plenty of August Leos. Huge. I mean, I know a lot of Leos, and they're usually all in August, okay? I hardly know any Leos. I know like my cousin, and there's some other people that are before, right at the beginning of Leo season. I'm like July 31st. I only know one other person on the planet that's like that. Well, in my area. God, that my hair really doesn't look like that, but the background is kind of making my hair look weird. All right, see, that's a Leo thing, gotta fuck with the mane, okay? But yeah, happy birthday, Leo. Still Leo season until the sun moves into Virgo, which will be next week. But for this week, we have a few things going on. Number one, we're already coming in from the weekend, and I hope you had a great weekend. Now we are in a waning gibbous phase at the beginning of the week. So this is about reflection, letting go, and releasing. This is when we're still releasing. So, we had the full moon in our 7th house in Aquarius about relationships. So relationships could have come under focus. Releasing some issues about relationships. There could have been some things going on. Yeah, sure. And now this is a good time to still release. So, oh, damn, I missed the full moon. I couldn't release. You still can do it. Okay. So just remember that. All right. So then on August 11th, with this waning gibbous phase going on, Mercury is moving direct, and it's in our sign. So now things start to move a little bit more, smoothly as far as communications go. Things have been a little bit of a debacle, but we got through it. Mercury makes us revisit things. So especially when we're talking about ourselves and communicating and all of that, especially in relationships, because this full moon did put an emphasis on relationships right now. Maybe a lack thereof. Now on the 16th, we're moving into a last quarter phase. And this is basically like the waning phase. We're still letting go. This is a big cosmic shift when we hit a last quarter or a first quarter. Again, getting rid of negativity, old habits, and preparing for that new moon that will be happening towards the end of August. So it's pretty cool how we're learning these moon phases and how we can get into them, or how you already know. I know a lot of people have said, those moon phases work because I'm going right along with that energy. And that's why I present that for you. So that's really only the big thing as far as cosmic energy is Mercury is going direct. And I think that's all we need to see. So let's hit the tarot table and get our angel numbers for the week with a fucking squeaky chair. I'm telling you guys, I looked it up I even went into a Reddit fucking thread and see what you could do about your squeaky office chair. And I tightened everything up. They said to tighten it up even if it's not. and grease it up, and the motherfucker just keeps squeaking. I think it's just one of those cheap Walmart chairs, and I got a better one. I gotta move it, go get it and move it and do all that. So yeah, hopefully next week, no fucking squeak. All right. 676 is our numbers. And it's self-love. Wow, love that. Prioritize your well-being, Leo, and cultivate a deep sense of love and compassion for yourself. This feels like, first of all, I think all these angels are kind of like a version of Stevie Nicks in some way. You know what I mean? But, you know, I don't know about you, Leo, but me personally, I feel like this has been the whole summer for me, is self-love. Something changed after my accident that made me kind of say, you know what, man? You are the powerhouse behind this. Things don't happen to you. You know what I mean? I don't know. I deeply love myself, and that's not arrogant. You have to feel that way. And I'm going to tell you something. The more you say it and the more you step into it, guys, the more you're at peace. You don't have this fear of missing out on something. You don't feel like this urgency to get something, you know, I need this, I need that. It's just things along the way to make you feel better, and it doesn't ever follow through. But loving yourself and having compassion for yourself and a deep-seated love for yourself creates miracles. Now, let's get a message from your guides, from the Archangel Michael, Sword of Light Oracle. And it's don't settle for less with number 10. Fuck yeah. You are a child of the divine, and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. So, I mean, come on. A big message of don't give up and don't settle for less just because you can have it. You know what I mean? Well, it's here in front of me, so I might as well. No, that's not what you do. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, let's get your shadow work card for the week. Let's see what we need to work on. How can we use this waning gibbous and last quarter phase this week to let go of things? The shadow work cards will tell you. I love this deck. All right, there we are. Avoidance. It's key to see the need to avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it and thrive. Confrontation and progress. That should be your focus. Enough avoidance. You may have been avoiding things because of Mercury retrograde. You know what I mean? But now that Mercury is starting to move forward, we don't need to avoid anything. Maybe that's a part of yourself, is that you're avoiding the fact that you settle for less when you know damn well you deserve so much fucking more, okay? So let's get the vibe for you and see what it has for this week. Thank you so much for being here, fellow kings and queens. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. You know what to do, because I love you, and I love doing this for you. And you know I can't wait for my reading. No. I mean, I watch other tarot readers, and sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But, Okay, so, yeah, this is pretty straightforward here. Nothing really to bulk about. I mean, the Two of Pentacles and the Justice card is, you may be trying to juggle a lot. Focus on balance this week. Prioritize that. Let go of the need to try to do everything at once. Make a schedule. You know, and that's what I've been doing lately, is I've been hitting everything all at once. because I'm finally cleared. I have my healing is in progress still, still healing, but I mean, I think it's more internally. My liver was just fucking destroyed in that, so it's still healing itself. It's really the organ that really can heal itself quickly. But I'm just trying to do everything at once. There's a flow to everything, because of the new camera angles. I just can't show up in a t-shirt, underwear, and my hair not done. Can't do that shit, So I get ready early in the morning, getting ready for the day so I can get dressed and look somewhat decent. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting that schedule, that routine in balance. Maybe you're feeling unbalanced by something that's lacking in your life. Don't give up. Okay. Stop avoiding the issue. If it's not in your life, you need to confront it. Okay. Queen of Cups is trusting the flow this week. Trusting the flow. The sun, well, that's us. And it's shine as brightly as the sun. That's all you need to do. Get outside and ground. Get outside and ground. It's important for you to do that. Okay? I just remembered I didn't water the garden this morning. Fuck. See? Trying to do everything at once. I went and worked out. I did some grocery shopping. I cleaned the house. I got the studio ready. I prepped for, the week astrology stuff. Yeah, see? Trying to get that right. That's all right. That's all right. Still shining, baby. Keep shining. Knowing you can always count on me. For sure. That's what Leos are for. All right, all these cards are face down except for this one. And it's the throat chakra. Yeah, there you go. Use your voice. Keep shining. Keep shining. I'll be on your side forever. All right, shut up. All right, so suffering in silence. Enough of that shit. Do some self-love. See, you're avoiding the issue. For some reason, for some Leos, I feel like I got to get mad at you for this. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Your guide said that, not me. All right? Speak your truth. Stop focusing on all this disruption. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. That's what this energy's like. Yes, there's some disruption. You could be trying to figure this out. Trust the flow. Okay? And prosperity begins when you do that. When you focus on balance instead of all the disruption and, oh my God, what am I going to do? And settling for less, Let's look at love. Stop settling for less just because it's there. Well, I guess I'll go out with her. She's here. She likes me. She thinks I'm cute. We don't have similar interests. We're not going in the same direction, but no, that's settling for less. Or knowing that the person that you're with isn't giving you what you deserve and you've settled for less. Some of you are avoiding the fact that you have and you gotta do something about it, but you're too busy about hurting everybody else's feelings. They got no problem hurting yours. I think one of you had to hear that. Okay. Now, ay Maron. Ay, Caro, Papi. Oh, dear. It's an end to fear. You're avoiding this, Leo. I release all fear, doubt, and worry. I replace it with love, joy, and peace. There you fucking go. It's causing you some anxiety, whatever this is about relationships, the disruption of it, okay? I'm telling you, though, the knights are rolling in to say, you've got to speak your truth. There's messages coming in, and there's an opportunity here to change the way you're doing things. Get yourself ignited. If you want beautiful love, you have to have that for yourself. That's what this card is all about. Okay? So, we have the Nine of Pentacles here. Again, you deserve better. That's what this card says. And you own it. Feet on the ground. Grounding for you this week is very important. I don't know why. I'm just getting that message. Now, Eight of Wands is messages coming in. Cupid's arrow. Someone is going to profess their feelings for you. I just have that. Ooh, felt it in my solar plexus right there. Wow. Weird. And Ten of Pentacles. This is good energy. This is stable, strong, healthy relationship. The one you write home about, you know? This just, I don't know. Something's changing here. I think you're done avoiding the issues of suffering in silence and focusing on disruption and things out of balance, and really putting things into balance for yourself and saying, I deserve more. When you say that, you've got the universe's attention. Serious. Okay, messages of love, forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. So, this fear of failure, forgiveness, it's nobody's fault. We move on, you know? Longing. Now, I told you there may be a message coming in. Someone is secretly yearning for you. Okay, bring it on. Come on, stop being quiet. Fucking tell me, you know? You won't be sorry. And of course, play hard. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. Because if you're not, again, well, what the fuck are you doing? That's important. So let's get what's the vibe and see what else we can add to this. So speak it into the universe. Tell the universe, I am ready for some good loving. Okay? I am ready. Let's go. The summer's still going on, baby. Okay? All right. Smell the roses. Slow down. Take some time. Take some you time. Big focus on self-love, self-care, and get out in nature. Again, grounding is important for you, Leo. Feminine energy. So again, you want to feel nurtured. Gentleness, nurturing, and mothering. So big feminine energy. Sure, we all need that. We need that. Without it, you're lost. And today, happy birthday. That's all that matters is good vibes, being in the now and being in the moment. Because if you feel, look at lighting a cigarette off of that. That's great. I just noticed that. I thought she was blowing the candles out with a straw. Nope, she's lighting her cigarette on it. Good for you. That's a fucking Leo thing if I've ever seen it, you know? But really, I mean, this is what it's all about. Have fun. If you feel love today, you will experience love tomorrow and the day after and the day after that, you know? But you just may need to slow down a little bit. These are like the dog days of summer right now. So be aware of that. Now, we've got closing messages. Harmony. Harmony is the beautiful melody in relationships. Interesting. And abundance. I love that because there's a lot of pentacles in here. Love this card. This is summer. This is the weather right now. Abundance comes from inner fulfillment and outer effort. Inner fulfillment and outer effort. Inner fulfillment, outer effort. Speaking it into existence, knowing that you deserve more and better. That's a huge message for you this week, Leo. So we are tasked with stop avoiding the issue that we may have settled for less than what we deserve. There's nothing wrong with that. Forgive yourself and the other person or whatnot. You know what I mean? But a big focus on balance in relationships. Thank you for my balanced relationships. Thank you for the harmony that I feel in relationships. Thank you for my balanced relationships that I allow into my life. Thank you for the beautiful love that walks into my life because I am deserving and I have settled for less and I will no longer do that because I am worthy, I am guided, I am blessed, and I am loved. That's huge. For this week, it's about loving yourself, taking care of yourself, slowing down a little bit, getting outside, getting some vitamin D. Tan, baby. I'm telling you, Get some sun. It's so good for you. No sunscreen. That's what gives you cancer. And I could go on and on and on and on and on. But I'm telling you, Leo, you need the sun. Get outside and enjoy this. Slow down a little bit. Speak your truths into existence. Speak your desires into existence, and you will excel starting this week. Happy birthday. All right, Leo, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch The Freaking Weekend. That's posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. And if you would like a personal reading with me, because this is general, just imagine if you got a personal reading. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Leo, I love you all. Happy birthday. Have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the weekend. Virgo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. That's right. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to the 17th. So welcome, Virgo. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you are doing well. So let's talk about the energies that are available to us this week. You know that I'm an astrologer and a tarot reader. That's right. And I love to put the astrology in with our message from the tarot. I think it works great. So if you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. Let's talk about what's going on. Now, we just had that full moon, and that full moon, I believe, was happening for you in your 6th house of daily routine, changing up the way that you do things during the day. So this brings things to light at the full moon, okay? Now, with this energy, we are moving into, on Monday, this is the waning gibbous phase. So right away, we're starting to lose the light. We gained it and now we're losing it. But it's a great time for reflection and still to let go of what no longer served us at the full moon, okay? Still got time to do that. And now on August 11th, Mercury is going direct. This seemed like a fast Mercury retrograde, didn't it? It just seemed like it happened last week. But yes, so we're going direct, so communications now flow, messages flow, plans, all of that. Now you're moving, okay? And on the 16th, we are moving into our last quarter phase. So we're equal light, equal dark with the moon. This is a big cosmic shift, and it's still letting go of negativity, old habits, and preparing for the next new moon cycle, which will be happening right around the time the sun moves into your sign. The 22nd, the 23rd, I don't know exact what date it is on. It's always approximate, all right? So with that being said, let's go to the tarot table. Yes, let's do this and get your angel numbers for the week. As you can hear, I don't know if you heard the squeak in the chair. There's no squeak in the chair. I changed my chairs. So I used my office chair for my office here at the house. And I switched it out with that cheap-ass chair that just squeaked and squeaked and squeaked. However, it's lower to the ground, so I'm adjusting to it. Just like you, and it's all about stability with 444. Absolutely love that. Been seeing that a lot. How about you? Angels are guiding and supporting you, providing a stable foundation for success. All right, so you have all the support. So you can feel stable in what you're moving into this week. Very good. So pay attention to 444. When do you see those numbers? What were you thinking about at that time? I always try to correlate it. And sometimes, like the other day, I saw 111, 222, and 333, and 444, all in, of course, order. Isn't that nuts? Did you ever have one of those days? Telling you, man, you can't make that shit up. But that day, I was in the flow. All right, let's get a message from the Archangel Michael deck, Sword of Light Oracle, and see what your message is. And it's number 40. Look at it, number 4. You're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you've been contemplating. Good for you. Open yourself up to more this week. You're ready for it, especially when it comes to your career and your job and what you're doing. Maybe your guides are kind of, because these correlate, the 444, because
That's job security. That's what that feels like to me. Okay? All right. Let's get your shadow work oracle and see what we need to work on this week. Whoa. Which one? Having hope. Okay. Virgo. Having hope. Navigate your shadows with compassion and gentleness. So this is about having grace this week, kindness, and taking care of you with self-care. Absolutely. That will help you get ready to open up to more. Gives you the stable foundation you need. Fuck yeah. I love this. All right. So all three of these messages, I'm telling you, you know what? And I'm not lying, guys, but just by giving the moon phases, the angel numbers, and the guidance here, that would be it for like a nice quick reading. You know what I mean? But you know how I am. I'm nosy. And I'm sure you are too. And we want to get to the bottom of things. We want to know how the energy of the week's going to go. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe, Virgo. Let's do it. Wow, I just had like a blessed moment right there. You know, again, because I was in the flow. You know what I mean by getting in the flow? Yeah, very grateful. I love you all. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Very clear here. Yes. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it didn't feel right until right about now. Okay. So what we've got here is, and pay attention, why is that looking washed out? I bet you it's because I moved that. I moved that light. All right, well, I'll fix it. I don't want to interrupt the flow of this reading. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords and the Hangman. This is where we're at right now, this energy that's holding us back. You know, we're still holding on to some pain and some grief here, and it's put us in a stuck mentality after all this time. So now it's a time to get out of this. How? I will tell you. Because these go in twos, as you can see. You know, the High Priestess and the Emperor is trusting your intuition, Virgo, this week, and taking your power back and moving towards what you want, taking action. Action is necessary. Okay? And also having a new approach, a new idea, a winning attitude also about this. A winning attitude for yourself and for what's happening now. You could be making plans this week. It's time. You're ready. So make some plans, maybe traveling. This energy works well. But we've got to let go of our heartache and loss, you know, because it's put us in a stuck mentality. And now it's time to empower yourself. So you have an excellent opportunity to let this go and blossom, just like that message said. Look at that, destiny. Look at that. Ace of Swords. Again, look at the hope card wanted to come out. You can't make this shit up. You can't. So for this week, let's get some rest. Let's rejuvenate. Let's go outside and ground, Virgo. You need to get outside in nature. Play in your garden if you have a garden. I know probably every Virgo has a garden of some sort. Stop focusing on challenges and obstacles and all of that. We don't need this. We don't need to focus on this. What we need to do is hold hope in our hearts. And that also comes with confidence. I am guided. I am protected. I am safe. Stability. Ace of Swords. Having a successful attitude. I've got this. I can do this. And destiny with the Wheel of Fortune. It's time. Wow. Great energy here. Great energy. Making changes, and it pays off. All right, let's look at love and see what we have for love for Virgo for this week.
So this is powerful. This is about letting go, putting things to rest, and having hope. This week is all about hope for you. Now let's look at relationships. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting. All right. Wow. All right. So we've got the Death and the Moon card. So this is putting to rest, a rebirth about our uncertainty about the future with relationships, or maybe a certain relationship for you. So get your emotions right. It's an end to being overly emotional about this. Again, the emotions are not serving you here. They serve you well, but not in this instant. It's more pain, loss, and sorrow that you're feeling and holding on to, okay? So the Six of Pentacles is reciprocating energy. You deserve that, you know? So you also have many people helping you. Have hope that that person is out there for you. And with, the Fool and the Nine of Cups in a relationship spread in this section of our reading, this is great. This is taking a risk. This is getting a different point of view, not being foolish by turning our backs on love or relationships. And Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. You get what you want. If you hold it in your mind's eye, you will hold it in your hands. And that comes to anything with relationships, you name it. Okay? So be aware of that. But this is a time to end the uncertainty in relationships. Maybe it's been a while for some of you Virgos. That doesn't mean you give up on it. You double down on that shit. You know, don't be foolish to let opportunities pass you by too. Interesting. Let's get some messages of love. What do we have for Virgo? Okay. Excellent. So let's do it. Let's decide about this relationship with decision. It's time. It's time to decide. With that Destiny card, it also showed that same thing. And obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. This is the whole thing about this relationship hoodoo, okay? Just be patient this week. And for the remainder of the month, everything will unfold in divine timing. And that you can bet on. When you have hope, you're putting your faith in the universe that what you desire comes to you because you deserve it. You are aligning with this energy. See what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to relationships. There is a huge message here, Virgo, of not to give up. It's never too late. So let's get what's the vibe. What's the vibe? We're going to find out. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Laughter, happiness, joy. It brings healing. Focus on healing also. Healing yourself through laughter. Maybe go on a date. You know what? Man, I got that really strong. Some of you, or maybe one of you, or maybe a lot of you, are going to get an offer to go to a comedy club or something where you're just there's going to be an event that is going to be very joyful. And I saw a comedy club at first, so you heard it here first. Let me know in the comments if that happens. Do it. Go out. You'll have a great time. Soulmate. Twin flame. What does that say? Twin flame, friendship, and romantic partner. Why put white on white? I don't know. But that's great. See, be hopeful. Your twin flame and your romantic partner is out there, you know? And don't forget that there could also be a friendship moving towards, you guys have a good time. Who knows? Open up to it, Virgo. That's the thing. Don't give up hope. Now, let's get a closing message for you for this week. So this is about you getting on your 2 feet, and doing it. Look at, oh my God. Oh my God. Hope is the light in the darkness. never extinguish it. Virgo, you cannot make this shit up. That makes me happy for you. It really does, because the message is very clear. And maybe some of you have recently gone through something that has been traumatic, you know, and it's still affecting you. And that's why we're not being fulfilled or getting what we want in relationships. So Virgo, I want you to practice patience, practice hope. The universe provides me with everything I need. I am safe. I am secure. I am loved. The earth supports me. The universe guides me. Everything works out in my favor. That's having hope. I don't know how it, when or who or what, but I know it's coming because I deserve it. Now that is fucking power you cannot buy. It is something you got to feel and pull out of yourself. We all have the ability to do it. So this week, that's what you practice. And pay attention to the numbers 444. The fours are very important for you. All right. Okay, Virgo, that's going to do it for this week's reading. That's going to do it for this week's reading. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to watch The Freaking Weekend. That is the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. I kind of lost my script there for a minute. And if you would like a personal reading, because these are just general, so imagine what a personal reading would be. We could do it in person or online. Click the link in the description and I will hook you up. I'm always hooking you up. So Virgo, have a great week. Practice patience. Have hope. I'm sending you loving energy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the weekend. Libra, it's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to August 17th. So welcome, Libra. Hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. You know how I roll. We do the astrology first, and then we hit the tarot, and we cover it from many angles. So let's talk about the energy for this week. Now, you know I've been training you on moon phases, and we're going through 2 of them right now. We just had the full moon that took place in your, let's look at it, your 5th house of romance and fun and joy and all of that. And now it's a time for reflection, letting go and releasing. This is when we release for the full moon in the waning gibbous phase. Okay, understand that? Pretty cool. Then on the 11th, Mercury goes direct. No more Mercury retrograde for a while. Cool. So communications come through. Anything that you have been working on or working towards, now it's time to put it into action. Good time for signing contracts, starting a business, wherever it is now. You've been in the planning phase. Right now we're reflecting. What else do we need to let go of? What can we release in order to keep moving forward? We're starting to build up the pace towards that new moon. And on the 16th, we have the last quarter. And this is about letting go of negativity and old habits and preparing for the new moon. Okay? Last quarter is a big energy shift. So with that being said, we've just got Mercury going out of retrograde into direct motion. Things planning, move forward, all of that, communications. And we're still releasing from this full moon. The full moon puts something in our line of sight. And for you, it was the 5th house of experiencing joy, allowing yourself to have romance, you know, having fun. Maybe you're just working too much and now it's time to have some fun and release those patterns maybe about how you achieve fun. Like I only allow myself to have fun when I earn it. You know, I work a lot. All of a sudden I'm getting stuffed up. I don't understand it. Like lately, at a certain time of the day, weird. I don't know. Anyway, so let's hit the tarot table, shall we? Let's do it. Let's get your angel numbers. It's gonna sound like I got a clothespin on my nose, but I switched out my chairs because the other one squeaked so bad and it was just driving me nuts. And now this chair, which is a nice leather chair, sits lower to the ground. So I feel like a little kid reaching up to this. Changes.
I'm going through changes with number 454. So embrace change this week and take courageous steps to unlock opportunities for personal growth and spiritual transformation. Absolutely. Accept changes. Libras don't like change. They like routine, you know? And sometimes the routine doesn't work for you. You know it. It's got to change. Because you're going through changes. There's my Ozzy tribute. I'll give you a story about that song. So my brother-in-law, when he was younger, we used to live in a dual apartment. And he's a Libra too. And when he broke up with his girlfriend, who is now his wife, you could hear everything that's going on in the apartment, and all he would do was play Ozzy Osbourne's, Changes over and over and cry to it. I'm going through changes. Oh my God. I mean, I felt bad for him, but every time that song would start, dum, 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 really loud, and it's just like, oh my God, Eric, stop grieving. And they got married anyway. He cried for nothing. And now I was talking shit. All right, so your message from your guides this week is number 1. All is in perfect timing. This is it. It's time to take action now. Exactly. Mercury is now direct. Archangel Michael will be here to help you every step of the way. So you have a confirmation here that the timing is perfect. All right. And it's time to act. It's telling you to embrace changes and take the steps to unlock opportunities for yourself here. What is it that we need to release? What do we need to reflect on this week that makes this change that we need to act on now much more manageable? Okay. Let's see if the shadow work cards will do it. Well, not if. They will, of course. I love this deck. I don't know about you, but I really love this deck. I think it adds a very nice point to the reading. Look at that. Shadow alchemy. Turn shadows into gold, Libra. By shifting your awareness. Fucking A. Empowerment and rebirth. Right there. It's time. It's time. And you're turning your shadows into gold by shifting your awareness. How do I make this better? Now is the time. That's perfect. Now, let's get to the vibe. Libra, thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe for you. That's what you get for trying to be clever. Okay. That's my inner voice, by the way. That smart ass that just came out, that's what you get for trying to be clever. Ooh, I like it. Oh boy. I liked it at first, and then I saw the rest of the cards. I was like, ooh, okay, well, okay. This week, we definitely have to set ourselves free from something. There's no doubt about it. I have a feeling a lot of Libras are making a decision to maybe leave a relationship, so where you will be singing changes and crying. I hope not. But it kind of looks like that. It kind of looks like maybe you've already done that and you're setting yourself free and moving forward. This could be, I think it's heavy on a relationship because of the 2 of Cups, of course, but maybe it's the relationship with yourself, because we can judge ourselves. Judgment is, setting ourselves free from judgment of ourselves or others and not giving a shit and moving forward. 8 of Cups is walking away from what no longer serves us. That's the symbolism of that waning gibbous phase of letting go, walking away. She wrote it on a piece of paper and burning it in the bowl, just like we're going to do Monday meditation for this full moon, because it was Saturday. So we're going to be doing actually waning gibbous, letting go. Ace of Swords is having a successful attitude. Jesus, success attitude. And coming up with a new way of tackling this, realizing that your thoughts, Ace of Swords, create your reality. The Magician is here. Eight of Wands is moving forward, so things moving fast, you know. Mercury is no longer in retrograde, so we're moving forward. Maybe towards a relationship for singles, Two of Cups. Or maybe moving towards harmony and letting go of the judgments that we carried from the past. Maybe that's all it is, instead of a physical disconnection, you know? Wow. But you're creating your reality right now, so be mindful of where your thoughts are and release yourself from thoughts that no longer serve you. It's time to make changes, and you're going through them. I'm going through changes. Oh, Ozzy. Thanks for the memories. You know, I was usually, when I was hearing Ozzy, it was around a keg in the middle of the woods somewhere, you know? Oh, boy. Okay. Huge focus on patience and planning. Look at that message there. Huge focus on that. Pay attention. This is important. When you get a message like this, and they both say the same thing, you have to really understand, okay, I get it. I need to be patient with my process. And I don't think you're being patient with your process. So pay attention to that. And look at this. Then we have the Chariot and the Eight of Wands again, which is triumphant success and positive movement forward. And not only that, but we have 3 8s. 1, 2, and 3. And I just happen to have it here with 888. And that's abundance and achievements and staying focused. Brilliant. This is a great message. Patience. My young Padawan, patience. That's what it takes. Now, I'm interested to see what's going on in relationships. We have the Two of Cups. It looks like we're walking away from something. I don't know. Looks like things are moving forward. I mean, you know, of course, this is a general reading, so there could be many scenarios being played out for you here. But it has a theme. There's no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it. Okay. Let down your walls and stop being defensive. You're resilient. You got this. Don't owe this week. You got this. 10 of Swords is getting rid of the negativity in your life. Be patient with that. Again, this is about releasing. There's a big payoff when you do, when you take a chance. So we might be taking a chance here in love. You take a risk and it pays off. Okay? And I've got lots of proof to back it up. Ace of Cups. Wow. Isn't that a great picture? It's just gold. You know, love it. Focus. Ugh, there you go. Look at that. Love it. Okay. New beginning in love. Ace of Cups to the Two of Cups. Are you kidding me? 9 of Cups to 10 of Pentacles is very good. That's wish fulfillment. And not only that, that's a long, steady relationship here. You know, it's got legs. And it'll last for a while. That's stable. That's great energy for relationships. So you may be setting yourself free from a bad one and opening up to one hell of a good one. Or it's just gotten that good. Again, let's get messages of love and see what they add to this, Libra. I mean, this is a great reading here. Really opening up to joy. Really, finally, maybe relaxing a bit. Maybe that's what it is. There's a dual message here. Some are leaving, some are getting better. It's really weird. Oh, I hate that fucking card. No, you have to play it. You have to play it. You can't be like that. All right, I'm just talking to myself. All right, release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. So that 10 of Swords is definitely mental conflict. And the way to resolve it is to just radically accept that you can't change it. But you can change the way that you look at it and think about it. Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. That's why I'm saying for some of you, there's this dual message of some are leaving, some are going. You need someone that's on the same page. And you shouldn't settle. You shouldn't think you're going to try to change it because it's not going to happen. And for some of you, strictly sexual. This connection is passionate but not enduring. This card rubs my rhubarb the wrong way. You know, I really can't put my finger on it because it's like, well, if it's strictly sexual, at some point you have to realize that maybe you're putting too much emphasis on sex. This card perplexes me. I've been doing tarot for 30 years. You know what I mean? And I just don't know how to interpret this. You know, this connection is passionate but not enduring. When everything in here tells me that it is. So it's not a pipe dream. It's not a deception. I think for some of you, maybe this is. I don't know. I don't like it, but I refuse to take it out of the deck because that's cheating. But for some of you, it just may be strictly sexual. And maybe you're moving towards the whole enchilada. You deserve it. And if you're not, you probably should move on. I think that's the message for you. I just care too much. You know, I'm trying to really decipher it for you. It drives me nuts. All right. Let's get what's the vibe? What's the vibe? In this week's episode of What's the Vibe for Libra, let's see what we've got. Dun, dun, dun. I need a whole like sound production. I need like intro music and all that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Oh, okay. All right. Again, that 10 of Swords energy is this: hopeless, loss, depression, and the other word, which I refuse to say out loud. A permanent solution to a temporary problem. But this is what we need to let go of. Any feelings of this. And I'm sending you lots of love and energy and able, for you to do that. Okay? Is to release. Apology. Maybe someone was arrogant, had some rash actions. Maybe they were insincere. Someone owes you an apology. Maybe you need to give the apology. I don't know why the cat is doing it. Nobody's perfect. And soulmate. I love that. See, that's that 5th house energy right there. I love that. Twin flame, friendship, and romantic partner. See, a lot of you are really experiencing what that means. You know, everybody talks about it, but are they being about it? I think for a lot of you Libra couples, you are. And if you're not, you need to get that energy back. All right? Big time. So let's get a closing message for you, Libra. I really hope this reading resonates for a lot of you, because it's got a great powerful message here. So a lot of you are making some changes, and I think it's time. Okay. All right. Closing message. Awareness. Maintain awareness. Be present in every moment. Pay attention to where your energy is shifting and how you feel with certain situations, especially this week, so it doesn't shift you into the wrong form of energy. Be aware that your thoughts create your reality. That's huge for you this week. And insight. Insight is the fruit of wisdom. Keep a learning attitude. You're always learning something new. And just when you thought you had it all solved, Libra, here comes the universe going, let's think about it differently. And it's a good thing. All right. So Libra, thank you so much for watching. That's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to watch the freaking weekend that is posted midweek for you to get the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. And if you like this general reading, because it is, we could do a personal reading in person or online. We could do both. And click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Libra, thank you so much for watching. I am sending you love and healing if you need it, especially when it comes to these relationships. But on the other side of it, go for it. All right, Libra, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Scorpio, it's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to the 17th. So welcome, Scorpio. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you are thriving and jiving in the summertime and living's easy. I hope it is for you. And if it's not, you're fucking up. Okay, I just thought I'd let you know that. So let's get to the astrology. You know how we roll. We do the cosmic weather at first, and then we hit the tarot. So I'm teaching you about moon phases. It's important. And right now, after this full moon that took place in your 4th house of home, this is time for reflection and letting go. The waning gibbous is about time for releasing. So with that full moon, during this phase is when we actually start to release that. We found out about what we need to release at the full moon. Follow me on that? Okay. August 11th, Mercury is coming out of retrograde and going direct. Fantastic. Things start to move forward. Good. I can sign that contract. I can get my house in order. You know, with that full moon, there could have been some issues at home that you need to take care of. Now it's time to get those to work. So everything's working in your favor, as it should. Now, on the 16th, we have the last quarter phase. This is a big energy shift. And it's about letting go of negativity and old habits and preparing for the next moon phase. Okay? Good time to release. So if you think that, the full moon was on Saturday, I didn't have time to release, you have plenty of time to do it. Okay? And I've been saying that. But now I'm kind of pointing out these phases to you. And I'm telling you, after a few cycles of this, you're going to be a pro at it. And you'll be able to plan your life and move accordingly to it instead of fighting against it, going, what is going on? You know, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. All right, Scorpio, let's hit the tarot table and get your angel numbers. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe starting with your angel numbers. At least I don't have that squeaky chair. All right, look at that. Grounding. Yes. Get outside and ground this week with 4, 3, 2. You might see those numbers. You are reminded of the importance of staying grounded and centered amidst life ups and downs. Connect with your inner strength and stability, finding peace and balance within yourself. Look at how high I have to lift my hand in order for you to see that. I mean, I'm like I'm holding up the Olympic torch. I'm like the Statue of frickin' Liberty, okay? Unbelievable. So, 4, 3, 2. Stay grounded. Get outside and ground. Do some research on grounding. The health benefits alone will make your head spin. And all you have to do is just go lay on the grass. It's the most easiest thing to do. And the one thing that we don't do. I'm telling you, practice it. It'll change your fucking life. Really, it will. So let's get a message from your guides with Archangel Michael and the Sword of Light Oracle. Hot shoo. Let's do it. I don't even know. What was that? All right, 31. Take control of your thoughts this week. Scorpio, your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you truly desire. Oof, that sounds like we're almost there. And that's great. So remember to keep your thoughts positive and know that you are manifesting based on those. So if you have fear, doubt, and worry, we're delaying what we desire. That's the truth. All right, let's get Shadow Work Oracle. And we're going to see what shadow work we need to work on. True Scorpio fashion. This week in Scorpio land, we need to, as soon as it focuses, face inner demons. Don't be afraid of darkness. There's a light nearby. Okay, transform and integrate. Doing some grounding will help you do that. See how this person's sitting? You see the sitting going on here? You see that? Maybe all it takes is to face these inner demons, is to ground, to go outside and just relax. Look at the sky, the blue sky. Let your mind, go free. It's so simple for me to do that. It really is. I don't do it as much as I should, but I do it. And it is profound, folks. It really is. That's why I'll keep saying it over and over again. I mean, it's not like, go out and buy my product. Go ahead and ground Go outside and ground. The earth is my sponsor. Yeah, the earth is my sponsor, and it's free. It's free. It costs nothing, and you can do it anywhere. If you're on the ground, you can do it. I mean, you're there. It's not like, you got to go to the park to do it. Although you can do that. I used to do that. But now I just do it in my yard. I did it this morning. It was so beautiful. It was very serene and calm this morning with just a nice light breeze. Just beautiful summer air. And I couldn't help but to take off my shoes and just sit on the ground for a while before I started my day. And I sailed through my whole day, and I'm still sailing through it. Okay? All right, let's get the vibe. What do we got for you, baby dolls? Yeah. See, right out of the gate. Take control of your thoughts. Worry, anxiety is not going to get you what you desire. Some of you, I feel the message, I have to tell you this, is that you learned that worrying brings things to you. Wrong. I wish I had a buzzer to go. Wrong. It's time to let down your walls of resistance. That's what's keeping this energy, It's time to break free. Knight of Swords is changing your thoughts, moving with action, taking action, and look at that. Focusing on success and victory. That's all you need this week. Instead of this. These two cancel out these two. And it's about changing your thoughts and taking action and taking down your walls. That will get you to this. Because it's easier to go here. It takes some energy to go here. And you're worth it. And it's time. Okay? Let's get your oracles and see what they add. Yeah, the weather was just beautiful this morning. Beautiful summer breeze. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Blowing with the jasmine in my mind. Bing, 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 bing. All right, look at that. Okay, heartache and loss could be a part of this, what you're going through. But I'm going to tell you, firm foundation, grounding. Feet on the ground. I am safe. I am protected. That mountain does not stand by its peak alone. It has a strong foundation. That is the basis of it this week. If you want to come out of the weekend, out of this worry, doubt, and fear, get outside and ground, okay? Stand your ground. You can't make this shit up, man. Protect your energy. Boundaries, not walls. Boundaries, not walls. You see that? Excellent. I love it. And the Lover's card with harmony. Deciding to live in harmony. And financial and material changes are yours when you change the way that you're looking at things. You're creating what you desire. But if it's not happening, it's because you're not being grounded in reality and not feeling that stability. Okay? Now, let's look at love. Sweet days of summer, the flowers in bloom. I love summer. I really do. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Okay, let's get love. We got a lot to know about love this week, Scorpio. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. We're walking away from what no longer serves us. Good. We're letting go of that heartache and loss, especially when it comes to relationships, because we're realizing that we need to speak our truth. We deserve reciprocating energy. Anything else is not good for us. We can't put in all the work. We need equal parts. That's how you build a strong foundation in a relationship. And this looks good because when we change our mind, could be getting a message also. Get an opportunity here when you stand your ground. Wow. I mean, it could be a great week. Celebrating, rejoicing at home, harmony, especially when it comes to relationships. Look at that success, the Chariot again. And the 10 of Cups. Fuck. That's great energy. Where are we putting our thoughts? On this beautiful stuff or that? That ain't good for anybody. Okay? So, let's get some messages of love. I like the different camera angle because I can emphasize instead of just saying it, you know, because I'm actually making the face and looking at the other camera that was never there when I was doing this before, you know. And now that I got the other camera angle, it's perfect. I just got to, you know, time it, switch it up. I love it. Okay. Wow. Vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. Again, let down your walls, but put up boundaries. You know, some of you need to put up boundaries and others just need to make themselves vulnerable. Okay. Friendship. This friendship is leading to more. The 3 of Cups here really clarifies that for me. You know, it could be within a friend group. Okay. Support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. Again, firm foundation, support. The messages are so clear. Okay. And play hard. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. That's what the summer is all about. And if you're not, you need to get to that place. It's not hard. You just switch your vibe and your energy, okay? Let's get a closing message for you. Okay. What is the closing message for Scorpio? Look at that. Support. Wow. Wow. Seek support. You don't have to bear everything alone. Interesting. So there's a huge message here about support. Look at that. Support. You can't make this shit up. Scorpio, the message is very clear for you. You don't have to do things alone. You have the support. Again, we're fretting and worrying. We need to adjust our energy. So continue to do that and lean on your inner circle. A lot of you, especially a single, friendship might be leading to more. You heard it here first. All right, Scorpio, that is going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch the freaking weekend that's posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. And if you thought the general reading was great, let's get down to a personal one. We can do it in person or online. Just click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend.
Sagittarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to the 17th. So welcome, Sag. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. So let's talk about what's happening astrologically this week. We've got a few things. First of all, we're going to be moving through 2, not 1, but 2 lunar phases. We had our full moon on the weekend, on the 9th, and now as of Sunday, we're moving into that waning gibbous. So it's a time now for reflection. So you notice that the gibbous phases, waning and waxing, is a time of reflection. We can still let go of what no longer serves us, and it's a perfect time for releasing. So if you feel like you've missed the full moon release, you haven't. You still got time to use it. So remember that. Now, on August 11th, Mercury finally goes direct. It's been retrograde for about 3 weeks, so most of July, towards the end of July. And now here we are. It's going retrograde. Good. Now's the time to put those plans into action. Everything starts to move forward, okay? And then we have on the 16th, the last quarter. That's still a good time for letting go of negativity, old habits, and preparing for that new moon that's going to be happening soon. So we only have one big astrological shift, and that's Mercury finally going direct. Things move forward, okay? It's been a little slow to the draw. Communications are all fucked up. I can't tell you how many people I know that's had car trouble during this time. I know I've had printer trouble. I'm still waiting for my fucking printer to print, you know? It's just got an attitude. Great. So that's about it for the astrological weather. So, Sagittarius, without further ado, let's hit the tarot table. Okay? Nice squeaking chair. Quality production here, folks. Only the best, of course. Let's get your angel numbers. Oh no. Okay, I know exactly the one we're choosing, and it's 777. Love these numbers. It's all about spiritual awakening. You are on the right path. You're spiritually evolving and aligning with your higher purpose. Good. We're probably letting go of a lot of things, realizing that we need to do that. Okay, not a problem. Now, let's get a message from your guides this week from the Sword of Light Oracle. This is the Archangel Michael deck. I think I got this Radley Valentine. I think I got all their decks. So thank you, Radley. All right, number 14, have no fear, Sag. Love that. It's like Queen of Swords energy there. Fear is a trap of the ego. Word. Allow me, Archangel Michael, to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. All right, so this spiritual awakening could very well be you using ego. And ego is not spiritually evolving at all. Ego is defense. Ego is fear, doubt, and worry. Remember that. Ego is the brash person that says, oh, this is how I hear my ego in my head. Go ahead, do it. Who cares? Fuck them. You know what I mean? Not a good voice. All right. Our shadow work card for this week is Divine Juggling. Master different aspects of yourself, both light and dark. This is about progress and inner harmony. So we may be going, again, it's that fear. Juggling that fear. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. You really got to trust this week, okay? Really have to trust. Now, let's get the vibe for this week, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. That always helps the algorithm grow the channel. And that means more stuff for you. See, every time the more we start growing, and then we continue to grow, the more you get showered with plenty of things to keep watching. Trust me, we're just scratching the surface here, kids. I'm serious. I got big plans for this motherfucker, all right? So make that algorithm work, because I can't do it. You guys got to do it. All right. Excellent. Yes. 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 Okay, I know exactly how this is going. Excellent. All right, so, Sag. We got to trust our intuition this week. Really. It comes down to trusting the intuition, all right? The other thing is we're letting go of our negative patterns with the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords energy is telling us, listen, no more negative self-talk. We can't do this. Our thoughts have to work for us. That divine juggling, realizing that there could be this notion, I guess you can call it a notion, that you have to think negatively about a situation. No. Ace of Swords is inviting a new way of thinking, but it's also having an epiphany. That full moon was taking place in your third house of communication. So swords have to do with thinking, communication, all of that. And I think now that Mercury is starting to move forward, so does your thinking. Your thinking starts to move forward because the Ten of Swords, look at that. There it is, moving forward. And the crows that were bothering you see the symbolism here? That bird and the divine juggling. The crows are symbolized by the swords here. Excellent. You can't make this shit up. The symbolism is deep. Trust your intuition in the middle. That's all you need to do. Trust your gut. Allow the universe to guide you. King of Pentacles is feet on the ground, practical approach. So get out and ground if you're not grounding. And only focus on things that will pay off for you this week. Put in the work. Nurturing that vision that you have. Trusting the vision. Okay? Knowing that you are on the right path. And that ego has no place in all of this. Okay? Wow. Great fucking message. Fire signs messages this week are just incredible and inspiring. And yours is no different. Because I do 3 in the morning, 3 at night, 3 in the morning, 3 at night, 3 in the morning, 3 at night for 4 days. Sometimes I do 6. It all depends on how sassy I am, you know. But I also have, you know, a center to run too. So, yeah. It's fun. It really is. Okay, so emotional loss. That's what we need to get rid of. Let it go. It's not serving us. This could be a good week to do that. We've got movements, choices, and decisions to make, so make them. Don't grapple with them. Choose the highest and the best for you. Trust where you're being led is taking you into the right place. All right? Trusting in the universe. Again, you can't make this shit up, guys. Trust the universe. Get your passion ignited with the Ace of Wands. So you've got 2 aces here in this reading so far. Beautiful. This is getting your passion back. And fulfillment of wishes, 9 of Cups. Ask for it and you'll receive it. But not if you fear it. Not one bit. So put in the work to manifest. Fire signs are definitely manifesting. So, beautiful. All right. Let's get some love. Let's see what's going on with relationships. Yeah, look at that. Ace of Wands. Big wood energy. We all love that. Oof. Okay, yeah. 3 of Swords, stuck in a situation. Mind frame, I guess. This is all swords. And the Hangman is just stuck perspective. So you need to make a conscious choice to move forward to your fulfillment of wishes. Because a nine of Swords is just stressing out. I hope you're getting some sleep. Maybe that's what's happening here. You need to get some rest. That's okay. Let's get some messages of love. New beginnings here. 3 aces. 3 aces high, y'all. Yeah. Okay, let's get some messages of love. And this is retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. So again, the message here is do some recharging for you. Vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. Now, that could be the ego. Oh, I need to defend myself. Oh, I can't share this. I don't think that. No, don't worry about it. Okay. That's a big thing. And friendship. This friendship is leading to more. Good. You deserve it. This feels good. Whatever this is, it feels good. So let's get, what's the vibe? So release the mental juggling that's going on here. Basically because you don't know where this is going and the universe wants you to know that it's okay. Okay? We don't know where we're going. But we sure know where we've been. Oh, God. White snake. Archangel Michael is heavy in your reading this week, showing you that you are protected. You're prevented from harm, and there's divine intervention going on. So that's huge. Again, trust. You can be vulnerable. You can handle this. You got this. And harmony. Beautiful. Balance, peace, and happiness. That should be the mode for the day. Okay? So let's get a closing message for you, Sag. So we've got... Oh, I just had those cards fall all over the place. Nice squeaking chair. The production value in this is just gold, isn't it? Jesus. All right. Let's get your closing messages, and you've got 2. Is nurture. Nurture others and also yourself. So again, a big message on putting in the work to taking care of yourself. Getting some nurturing in there. Grounding. And miracles. Yeah. Big thing on focusing on miracles. Focus. Miracles are everywhere. Keep the faith. All right. So, Sagittarius, for this week, keep the faith. You're going through a spiritual awakening with 777. You're releasing, for a lot of you, I think the fear, the way that you look at things, defensiveness, that's got to go. You can be vulnerable with the world, with your partners, with your future partners, if you open yourself up. I think for a lot of you Sages, opening yourself up opens bigger, best paths for you. Stop this mental conflict. Release the negative thoughts that think you're not worthy, you're not good enough, okay? But this week is showing a big, like a message for you that it's on its way. Feel it now, and you'll be ready for it when it walks in. You're actually attracting it faster to you when, if there's something missing in your life, start feeling like you have it. Trick your subconscious, because your subconscious doesn't know whether you do or not. See, that's why they have runners in the Olympics run their marathons or their event before. That's like a mental practice, because they anticipate that and their body gets used to it. And they usually win because of that. That's mental training. So let go of the mental conflict and open up to the miracles that surround you every day. All right, Sagittarius, that is going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please do that. And don't forget to watch The Freaking Weekend. That's posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. And if you would like a personal reading with me, because these are general, you want a personal reading and get your socks blown off, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. All right, Sagittarius, thank you so much for watching. Remember, 777, that's your numbers this week, and I will see you on the weekend. Capricorn, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to the 17th. So welcome, Capricorn. Hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for being here. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy. We are going to talk about the astrology first. I'm an astrologer and a tarot reader, if you don't know that, but you do now. And we are going to get the vibe for the week. We're going to start with the cosmic weather, what's going on up there. So let's talk about the full moon that happened in Aquarius this weekend. Okay, this past weekend. So that happened in your stop. Shaking, Jeff. I've got a new, I use my other chair that I have in my other office over here. And it doesn't squeak, but it's very low to the ground. And it goes back and forth really nice. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, so I got to stop doing that. So call me out every time I start rocking in this chair, because it's almost like a nervous twitch. You know what I mean? I don't even know I'm doing it. But anyway, so this full moon happened in your second house, about money, worth, how you feel about things. So I want to move forward too. I don't like that chair in the background. What if I just sat like this? Okay. All right. So that full moon happened in your second house about, feeling good about yourself and value, what you value, your finances and how that's playing out, opening up to abundance, of course. And now we're moving into the waning gibbous. We're already in it as you're watching this right now. So this is about a time of reflection, letting go and releasing. We're still doing that for the full moon. So don't feel like, oh man, I missed the full moon release. No, you can release up for a week after, okay? Now, on August 11th, Mercury is going direct. Hallelujah. It seemed like it went really fast this time. I don't know about you, but it didn't seem like 3 weeks. Although everything's just moving so fast these days, so, So Mercury's going direct. Great. Communications open up. Messages come through. So if things haven't been stagnant, things have been stagnant, they start moving forward for you. Right on. And then on the 16th, we go into a big shift, and that's the last quarter. So this is, again, letting go of negativity and old habits and preparing for that new moon phase that's going to be up shortly after that. After the sun moves into Virgo around the 22nd or the 23rd. I'm not sure which day it is, but around that time. So that's going to do it for the astrology, all right? So not much, but we're moving through phases, okay? I'm going through phases. All right, let's get your... You know what, man? Sometimes I'm just a cornball, and I can't give that up. It happens in everything I do. I'm just a cornball, I hope you enjoy that, because you should. All right. 000. All right. That is divine guidance. Pay attention, Capricorn. You're receiving guidance and protection from the universe. Trust in the divine plan for your life. Again, this almost looks like the odometer spins back, and the right way. You know what I mean? Like a reset. Those zeros speak reset to me. Okay? All right. Let's get a message from your guides, and we're going to use the Sword of Light Oracle deck. I love it. Nice and easy, lemon squeezy. Yeah, so I got a new chair. All right, because, well, I didn't get a new chair. It's been in my office. It's had stuff on it. It's behind all this stuff, so I went and got it. And I should have recorded that. That would have been quality entertainment, seeing me move a big, bulky chair. Because this thing's big. I mean, it's a big leather chair. Because it's in my other office. This is my studio. So, and I just had like a cheap chair from Walmart, one of those ergonomic chairs, but it squeaked so bad. I don't know if you saw the last 2 readings, but fuck. It was squeaking so bad I couldn't even move. And that's not good for anybody. You got to have some fluidity. And so I changed the chair out today, and it's very low. I mean, this is probably a normal height, but I've been sitting so high on that chair that it just felt very odd. So I'm adjusting to it. I'm sure my body is noticing a difference because it's nice and cushy and all of that. So let's get back to your message, shall we? Don't give up on love. Love that. Number 9. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow Archangel Michael to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Love that. Look at those porpoises just nuzzling their nuzzles. Each other's blowholes. Wow, wow, wow. See, I need sound effects. That's coming next, folks. Just so you know. All right, let's get your shadow work oracle card, and let's get to it. I love these, all jokes aside, but I love this deck because it really gives us a true reflection of what we need to work on in the week. And of course, you can't make this shit up. Everything fits together. Look at that. Did you see the way that flew out? Almost flew off the table. Soul mirrors. Focus. Others reflect your own relationship with yourself. So open your heart and have a healing union with yourself. So, a relationship you cherish can be healed. Having an open heart and healing union. Soul mirrors. Something is at work here. You're being divinely guided to a reset, possibly with a relationship. You see how that all kind of correlates already? We haven't even really hit the tarot deck yet. I mean, maybe there's a relationship that's been on your mind that really needs a good healing, a good old-fashioned healing, and I think this might be it. So pay attention to that, Capricorn, this week, okay? So let's hit the tarot. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And let's get the vibe. Let me know how you like the new format too, I've always wanted to do the two camera angles, I've talked about it forever. Ask anybody that knows me. But now I'm doing it. So I hope it suits you just fine. I hope it adds to the experience, because it's so important to have that, the face with the hands. All right. Let's get those cards that fell on the floor. No squeaky chair. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. Okay, fantastic. Ooh. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. All right, what do we got? Okay. Yeah. Wow. Something's up. Okay. Something is up. And it all comes down to you empowering yourself here with the Empress. Feeling good, looking good, being confident, having that confidence. That's huge for you this week. That's what all of this banks on. All right. The Six of Swords is your thoughts that served you before no longer serve you. Again, moving towards more calmer waters with a person. Okay. King of Swords is somebody that speaks their truth. The end game. This is a mature person. This is somebody that has the vision. Maybe that's what it is. Like you have your backs turned to each other. You're not sharing the same vision. Now it's time to make that work. You know what I mean? I think that's what this is all about here, is opening your heart to a healing union that already existed or is yet to exist. The Ace of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles is just fucking fantastic for this week. I mean, that's stability. So again, you did the work around the full moon, the new moon, about abundance and all of that, and it starts to pay off. The Ace of Cups is filling your cup. Ten of Pentacles is, that's a raise, that's money, that's great energy there. It work related, so wow, the full moon with the Empress there. Being empowered. This is all feminine, nurturing energy. Remember, the soul mirrors. Your relationships are a reflection of yourself. So if you're at odds with somebody, what's going on inside you? That Ace of Cups really points to you. Is it because your cup's empty? You know what I mean? Don't give up on it, though. There's a clear message here that you're given, that the divine is giving you a reset with said person's situation. And it fucking pays off. So allow that, because this is the only way this is going to work, is that if you allow it. Wow, that's something. Interesting. So a heavy emphasis on relationships. Maybe this is just about the relationship with yourself, Take it how it goes, how it works in your reality, But this message is speaking some truth. It's spitting some fire here. I ain't lying. I mean, that's some good shit. And it feels good too. Yeah, disruption. That's what this situation has brought. A lot of disruption. And we're focused on it. It's time to move out of that by making some movements, choices, and decisions. Again, you're deciding about this relationship. If you ask my professional advice, I would be like, this is not only salvageable, but this moves to a whole fucking new level with said person. Ain't no doubt about it. Partnerships and alliances. There it is. With the Three of Wands. It's something you've been waiting for. So, I've got 1, 2, 3 here too. So that's the step. Fill your cup first with love. Open your heart. Make the choice. Make a movement. Make a decision. Talk to said person. And then you move into an agreement here that is beneficial for everybody. And again, whatever this relationship is, it gets a fucking reset, man. It's great energy. Now let's look at relationships, because I've never had a reading in a long time that just spoke. This is about two people, and this is Capricorn and somebody else. I mean, it's about two people. Number two, I mean, it feels like that, and it almost seems like as I'm talking about it, I feel the relief that comes from the outcome of this. It's weird. Very weird. Look at this. Yeah, relationships have been stormy. You've been trying to juggle a lot here. Maybe even finances. Maybe financial constraints have put a constraint on this relationship also, So that adds to it. The Six of Swords remarkably comes out again. That says that the way that you're looking at it, your fixed perspective, needs to change. How you used to look at this needs to change. For the better, of course. And you're moving into calmer waters with said person. All right. And yeah, then you've got these major ass cards that all speak truth. Is the Hierophant. Have faith. This is a sacred union. Have faith in the universe. Have faith in this relationship. The Empress is out again saying that this is on you and you need to feel empowered. It's worth putting in the work. Pay attention to 333. 333. That's growth, creativity, and divine support. You cannot make this shit up, Capricorn. This is a significant relationship that deserves a reset. It's gonna fucking pay off. And the Magician is you create your reality. Again, the reset. And you get the reset, the divine guidance to do it, and it happens, and you create the reality you want. This person and you even out. And that's wonderful. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's get messages of love. What an interesting reading. But man, that could be just for a specific Capricorn or many. Or all of you. But something is that has just been a fucking Debbie Downer, you know, that maybe the person has, maybe you have. Again, soul mirrors here, you know, but things change. Things change. All right, messages of love. Unplug. Working less will help strengthen your relationship. Okay, so again, Capricorn, we talked about that, I think in the freaking weekend or, oh, my neck keeps cracking. Damn. We talked about this, not working so much. Maybe that's what's going on here, you know? And you need to unplug for a little bit. Obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Now, the Soul Mirrors card is kind of showing me that it's the both of you. Okay? But what's that telling you? Again, that is also saying, well, what's going on inside of you? Maybe you're obsessing about things. You know what I mean? It's not about pointing fingers. It's about taking responsibility for it. And wait, the timing is not quite right. So, especially when you're making a decision about love, you want to be able to tackle that with some tact. You know what I mean? Like, you'll know when it's time. And maybe wait for the opportunity where you feel more empowered to have a conversation with the person, because a conversation does need to be had. And now that Mercury has gone direct, maybe that's what it's saying, is maybe the wait is over. You know, maybe we have to wait a little bit more for Mercury to kind of get its bearings in Leo, or else it comes across as ego. All right? So, let's get to the vibe. All right. Karmics. Or karma, third parties, haters, and lessons learned. Right. Okay, so we might be dealing with third party energies here. That's a lot of egos clashing. Maybe that's what kind of put everything off balance. You know, thrills. Continuous cycles, bad decisions, and addictions. All right. So for some of you, you could just be in an addictive relationship. And in these cycles that do not work for you. You have to be discerning about that. But for some of you, this relationship works out really good. It's like you get a second chance. And love affair. What's going on with you? Dirty little secret, a sex fix, and a down low. All right, so maybe that's what it is there's more to it than that kind of stuff. Maybe you're moving out of that. Yeah, you are moving out of a lot of different mentalities this week. So, but it's all about recharging. So breathe, let go, and clear your mind. Okay. Let's get a closing message for you. All right, Capricorn. Let's see. What do we have to close this out? What do we have here? What's the closing message? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is, oh my God. Release. Love that. Release past burdens and embrace new beginnings. This is the whole crux of the reading, is that you have to let go of these past. Now, for you specifically, Capricorn, it's the way that you think about these things, where this is going, where you thought it was going, you know what I mean? And working towards that, communicating, letting go of old thoughts, or maybe it's just some bad blood that you had together. Forgiveness is the ultimate form of healing. You know what I mean? And you don't need to say it to the person. You need to feel it in your heart. And that's indicative by what you need to do. In order for this to work, you can't give up on it, and you have to open up to maybe a different approach to said relationship. But boy, does it pay off. So be mindful of what you're ready to throw out. Are you the kind of person that just, when things get tough, you get going? You know, that kind of thing. I just think that within the time frame here, you take care of yourself and your relationships take care of themselves. You know what I mean? It's just, this is good. It's a reset. Don't fool you. Don't let it fool you that, you know, this person is integral in your life. And to just toss it out without working on it, I think that's the big factor here. So remember that. Again, it was very odd reading, Capricorn. I mean, not odd, but it's not the typical kind of thing that we go through. It seems like a very specific message, but anyway, as long as you empower yourself, even if it's not a relationship, the whole meaning of this is that getting rid of the way you think about things from the past and moving forward into a future that you deserve instead of what you settled for based on past experiences. You know what I'm saying? So, interesting. But the Magician, the Ten of Pentacles, it all pays off. You know, I don't know. That looks like pretty damn good energy. You know, maybe things just coming to a cycle and resetting, which benefits everybody involved. That's the outcome we want, you know? So, all right, Capricorn, that is going to do it for your weekly reading. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to watch the freaking weekend that's posted on the midweek. And we go over Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I get you the vibe for the weekend, too. Yes. And if you would like a personal reading, because these are general, if you'd like a personal reading online or in person, I'm your dude. Go ahead and click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. Capricorn, release, let go, especially when it comes to old behaviors and relationships, and opening up to new ideas and fresh approach to these old relationships that mean much to you. But you're kind of like at I don't know where a crossroads with this. Make the best decision. The both of you will be like, awesome. You know what I mean? So, all right, Capricorn, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Pisces, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 11th all the way to the 17th. So welcome, Pisces. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. How was that full moon for you in Aquarius? That happened in your 12th house. So let's get rid of the mental clutter, okay? That's going to be a huge focus, I'm sure, for you this week. Now, let's talk about our moon phases. We're learning them as we go. And this phase that we're in now after the full moon is the waning gibbous. And that is all about reflection, letting go, and releasing. So this is the time when we release all that negative self-talk and clutter in our minds. Okay? Excellent time to do it. So not only that, but it's a great time for things to move forward. As of August 11th, Mercury is no longer retrograde. Now it's starting to move forward in Leo. Perfect. Now it's time to get things done. You want the starting gun? Boom. It goes off on the 11th. Okay? So be mindful of that. Things start to move forward. So if things have gotten stagnant, it's time to catch up. Okay? Now on the 16th, we have the last quarter phase. This is a big energy shift. You know, the other ones are kind of minor. This is huge. It's kind of like the solstices and equinoxes, okay?
This is about letting go of negativity and old habits, 12th house stuff, and preparing for that new moon. So there's a theme already there for you, okay? So be mindful of that. It's time to release, especially the patterns and the beliefs that you have that stop you from being your full potential, from being the real you. You have to ask yourself, if you're not seeing it in the mirror and seeing it in your life, you, as a belief, there's a belief there that's stopping you from achieving it. So be aware of that. Let's go to the tarot table and see what we got for our angel numbers for the beginning of the week. Let's do it, Pisces. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's start the vibe with transformation. 555. Release old patterns, embrace new opportunities for growth, and trust in the universe's plan for you. So let go of that negative thought like, oh, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. I got to meddle. I got to get my hands dirty. I got to meddle. Nope. It's not what you do, Pisces. You trust. You're releasing old patterns and habits. Pay attention to the messages that have already come through. Now, let's get a message from your guides, Archangel Michael specifically, from the Sword of Light Oracle. Let's do it, shall we? Ooh. 44. You will manifest what you need. Express gratitude this week as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you the assistance you need. Damn. That's a great message. It's on its way. Act like you've already got it. Get excited. It's on its way. No expectations, just excitement instead of anxiety. Now, let's get your shadow card for this week. Let's find out what we need to work on as far as shadow work. I love this deck, and we've got two. With inner balance. What you resist persists. What you accept transforms. It's about wholeness, stepping into wholeness, and embracing duality, and keeping that inner balance. A delicate balance, okay? And sacred boundaries. Respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. Assertiveness and self-care. Huge. More 12th house issues. You can't make this shit up. Okay? We need to work on that. To be more assertive. To practice self-care. To let go of the old habits and patterns that puts you last. Your priorities last. And you distract yourself with everything else. And never really fixing the problem. You're just putting Band-Aids over it. You know, oh, I have Toy Story Band-Aids. I'll put it over it. That's what I'll do. See, all fixed. I'm all fixed. I'm fixed. Right. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Okay, let's see. Where'd that card go? Oh, boy, I'm glad I stretched. All right. What else do we have for Pisces? Oh, stop it now. That's too many cards. What else? Yeah, I needed to do that. What else do we have for Pisces? What else do we have? All right, let's see. I really want you to see the symbolism here with finding that inner balance. I love that. Okay? There's definitely some juggling here. What's going on? Well, okay. Let's put it together first. Yeah, I'm putting that up there. And this. Yes. Okay. Yeah, big transformation here. All right? But it's relying on some things. Okay? The reason why there's an imbalance in you trying to juggle things is because of something from the past that needs to be worked on. Seven of Swords is deceptive energy. Look at the moon energy here. The moon, uncertainty. What happened? You know? Are we releasing? especially negative thoughts about ourselves, wasting our time, letting uncertainty just doom us. When we know that if we go within, see, here's what we're juggling, this and this. And then we have the Hermit, which is going within, using our inner wisdom. We have the Queen of Wands and the Two of Wands. This is embracing change and making changes. You could be making plans to travel, something like that. But this is moving forward. Embracing change instead of sitting in uncertainty. This is what you're trying to juggle, and it's exhausting. Okay? You need to respect your limits and stay within it. Okay? Now let's get your oracles for this week and see what else they add to this. So again, there may be something from the past that keeps us from... See, what we resist persists. I think, again, there's issues that need to be dealt with. And I think this is an excellent time for you to release those and to finally step into your power and embrace the change that you've been looking for, because it's definitely transformative. There's no doubt about that. All right, there it is. Yeah, see? Again, we're in this. What is causing this? Let it go. It's not serving you. You got to be hopeful this week. You're being guided. What you want is need. What you want, what you need is coming to you. I guess that's what I'm trying to get out. You really just got to embrace this and know that it's coming to you. Again, focusing on success. That's it. Now let's look at relationships. Could it be a past relationship? And issues that surround that we're taking care of? Let's see. They said that's it. Interesting. Yeah, we're holding back a choice we need to make. Especially when it comes to relationships. That's putting us out of balance. Again, King of Cups. What this is showing us is we need to calm our storm. So emotions are causing this delay and progress or lack thereof. And the Ace of Wands is a new beginning. This is good. Trust your intuition on this. Have hope. Focus on success. There's change. Things need to change, Pisces. It's time. All right, let's get messages of love. Interesting. Just because it seems like there is some aspect of your past that you are holding back, and this full moon has brought it to light that it's time to release it. The message couldn't be any more clear, you know? So let's see what other messages of love are for you. You gotta be kidding me. Look at this. Decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. Protected. You are safe and divinely guided. You're being prompted here to make this change. An awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. I think that's you. I mean, transformation. Spiritual transformation. You're seeing it right there. It's time. Open up to it. It really is time. And you got to stop running away from it. So let's get, what's the vibe? And it's that time of the reading in your weekly tarot reading for What's the Vibe? All right. Ooh, there's a hidden card in here. Communication. Wow, I like it when that happens sometimes. What is that? Effective communication is the bridge to understanding and connection. Communication is big in your relationship, so they wanted you to know that too. I don't know how that got in that deck. But that message is for you. So communication is key. So you need to make a decision about how you're going to communicate. All right? Let's see what else they got. Okay. All right. Exhausted. What does that say? Burned out, burdened, and empty. Okay, so get some rest. Maybe it's just time to decide to let this go. Clingy. Uh-oh. Old exes, dead relationships, and old ways. Now that is the crux to all of this. Close the door on this shit. That no longer serves you. Karma. I don't know why they say karmics. It reminds me of the shit you put on your lip when you got cold sores. Third parties, haters, and lessons learned. So there's a spiritual lesson that's learned here. You're awakening to it. And maybe you're dealing with karma. The Six of Cups does have to do with karma also. So maybe you're clearing that cycle out. And thrills. Continuous cycles, bad decisions, and addictions. Now, for some of you, this is probably putting everything out of balance. And you have to believe that you're more than ready for the changes available to you, okay? So let's get a closing message for you and see what they add to this. Interesting. So it's time for a change. And you got to let go of some stuff. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Hope. Hope is the light in the darkness. Never extinguish it. What you want is definitely coming to you. Don't you dare spoil it with, see, this is what happens. Everything builds up and then it all falls apart. That's you doing that to you. That's not the world doing that to you. Step out of your victim mentality and get to work. You have to be hopeful. You have to know that you are worthy of it. And this is very transitory energy. It's transformative. You have to release this negative self-belief that is keeping you from reaching your full potential. It's not the outside world. It's you, Pisces. And you need to do that this week. Tough lesson, but boy, are you going to really love the reward. Trust me on that. All right, that is going to do it for this week. Pisces, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch the freaking weekend posted midweek to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. And if you like the general reading, you're going to love the personal one. Click the link in the description and we can book it for you in person or online. I got you covered there. All the bases are covered, Pisces. I love you all. Have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the weekend.